You guys ready?
Yeah, okay, great.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Well, welcome, everyone. We have big Stargate news to talk about today. My name is Darren Sumner. I've been covering the franchise for more than 25 years over at the fan site GateWorld.net.
And my name is David Reed. I run Dial the Gate, which is a cast and crew interview archive on YouTube.
This is so exciting. This has been a very hard secret to keep for the last 18 months, but we can announce today that a brand new Stargate series is coming to Prime Video.
What?
Brad, this shouldn't be news to you.
Oh, right. It isn't, but it is great news.
Still just hearing it is like, oh my God, they're doing it.
It's so rare for the original creators to get to work on the new version of a show. It's just incredible that, you know, Amazon MGM Studios and Prime Video have come together and not gone in a totally new direction, that they have respected what we have all created. And when I say we all, I don't just mean like Brad, Joe, I mean like all of the cast and crew, all of the writers, and to a large extent the fandom have created, and we're honoring that in this new version. So for us, we wanted to come here and make the announcement today with you guys because it was our way of just saying like, thank you for keeping the lights on.
I'm kind of just blown away that I'm in this room with these extraordinary people along with Darren here. And I've got to ask, why us? You could have asked anybody to be a part of this group.
Well, you guys have been keeping it going. You were such a huge part of the show, but it's pre-social media, you know? So GateWorld was the place where people would convene where they wanted to talk about the show. Much of the fan community grew out of GateWorld. And in the 14 years that the show has been off the air, you know, it's not just you guys, but an incredible fandom of like podcasters and cosplayers and convention goers that have kept the demand for Stargate alive. The endless rewatches, like that has helped. It has helped beyond, I can't even explain to you how much that has helped.
When I first joined the franchise, SG1's fourth season, one of the first things I did was get on social media and I started to interact with the fans. And little did I realize that I would be interacting with them for like 25 years. And I can tell you that in that 25-year span, their enthusiasm for Stargate has never waned. I mean, hardly a day ever went by when they, you know, someone would ask me, you know, when is new Stargate coming out? When are we going to get a new Stargate? And just, you know, the opportunity to finally tell them Stargate is coming is incredible.
Well, I got to say thanks to you, Joe. You've been, as much as we've been doing over the last 14, 15 years, you've also been a tireless advocate supporting fans and keeping some hope alive. And it's not just for us, fans who grew up on the original shows. Maybe some of us watched it with our parents or with our kids. But now in those 14 years, there's a whole new crop of fans who have discovered the show on streaming or other places. We have a million questions. Let me ask, though, the one question that I think so many fans are asking and have been kind of worried about as Stargate has moved from one shelf to the other over the years. Is this going to be a reboot?
It is not a reboot. It is not a reboot. It is a brand new chapter. It's its own unique chapter in the Stargate universe. So for us, it's incredibly important that obviously everyone watching this Zoom, everyone that's like getting excited about this announcement will love the show. But, you know, the amazing thing about Prime Video is like, it airs everywhere, all around the world. And so for us, it's really important to not only have it so that the fans feel like this is my Stargate, this is the Stargate I've been waiting 14 years for, but that a brand new audience can come in without having to have watched 350 episodes of an amazing show, that they can start with episode 1 of the new Stargate show. And then if they love it, then they can go back and watch everything else.
It's just extraordinary that finally a show that's been designed for a global audience will be able to be seen simultaneously by a global audience. And you have no idea how excited that makes so many of us out here who didn't get to share it all at the same time when it aired. So the next question I want to know is, are we going to see any familiar faces?
Listen, for another time, most of the world is finding out at the same time as ever all of these fans. So just give us a beat, but more to come.
Another thing that I'm really excited about with this new show is that we're going to be able to do things that we could not do in 1997 and even beyond that. We're going to be able to do almost anything in terms of visual effects and everything our imagination can come up with now. I won't be the guy in the office saying no to, because we can do stuff now.
I've said on stage at GateCon that Stargate matters. It matters to us. It's not just a show. This is a franchise. This is a world that has brought people together. It's helped people connect with their family, and it's helped us to make new friendships, including with you guys. So the fact that we get more of it is just a joy.
So of course we're making the show for the fans, of course, but we're also making it for people that have never watched Stargate and potentially don't have a sci-fi franchise they even like. I think what's amazing about the Stargate construction is that it takes place today. It takes place on Earth, the Earth that you recognize. But yet this gateway to the stars allows us to tell these amazing stories with epic scope, incredible sense of humor, and again, like a sense of presence in the real world. I think, you know, my wife is not a huge sci-fi fan, and a lot of that is because like she's like, what's this got to do with me? And I think what's great about that is like Stargate tears down those barriers. This is a show for everyone, everywhere.
But I will say this, a lot of speculation about what people want the show to be and what they don't want the show to be. I strongly feel that they will watch this show and say, this is Stargate.
We could talk for hours, and I just want it to be a first taste with you guys to share the excitement. Like, we're back, it's happening, it's going to be incredible. And also, like, we'll be in touch. Like, this is not the last you're going to hear from us. We're not going to go away. We're literally still getting all of our socials together, but, you know, we'll be talking semi-regularly.
This has been a group of people who has always been there for the fans and not cut them out of the process. And I'm just so thankful that we don't have to wait another 14 years. You guys take as long as you need. We will be there.
Thank you for bringing this straight to the fans. Thank you for the Stargate that you've made in the past. And I think I can speak for fandom. Thank you for Stargate in the future as well.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We'll talk soon.
So they're doing a thing. Can you hear me?
Let's go.
Oh, you were silent clapping. You were silent clapping. Just jazz clapping, like they did in Animaniacs, right?
Oh, I'm clapping. You have my audio coming through?
I got you, baby.
Oh, man.
Darren?
It's the day. It's the day.
Can you believe it?
We have so much to talk about. I not only am having a hard time believing that it's finally happened, but the way that they're doing it and the people that they got. We're going to talk about all of it on this stream, but I am astounded.
So
I
welcome.
was so thrilled when we got this news.
Welcome to the first simulcast. Are my levels all right? Of GateWorld and Dial the Gate. You've got the complete guide to Stargate, and that guy right there, who has been trucking away at this thing since a certain lousy serpent head took his helmet off. You will call me Neonac no longer. And
Yeah, GateWorld started in 1999, halfway through season 3 of SG-1.
And
We had an amazing run from 99, and then shortly after you joined GateWorld, we had an amazing run all through the show's production.
Yep.
SGU they wrapped photography in 2010, and they aired their final episode in 2011. I looked for a hat and I couldn't find one. It's been 14 and a half, almost 15 years. Almost 15 years that the show's been off the air.
Yep. So
I'm blown away.
I've been with you since like 2 years in. I created Dial the Gate in for those of you who don't know. So Darren has been the premier guy for news and entertainment and everything. Sorry, everyone's gonna have to just forgive me. I'm wound up normally, and I'm really wound up today. For Stargate for 25 years and 26, and I have been with him since 03 or 02. And I have gone off to start Dial the Gate in 2020 to archive the stories of the cast and crew of the show. And so we're here together for our first of many live streams. And I couldn't be more happy to see another man's face. So no one, Darren, has earned this more than you have.
Well, you are certainly up there. The amount of work that you have done over the last 5 years on Dial the Gate is astounding. We are at over on Dial the Gate. This is what, episode 370?
That's right.
And there's a ways to go. Even just archiving the history of past Stargate, let alone, dude, now you have a new show to cover too.
Yes.
We're going to meet new faces. We're going to get new writers, new producers, along with the returning favorites that we love, and new cast members.
And I think we can say that it's going to be a little while before those things start like really coming in. But they've said that they're going to keep the fans in the loop, which is awesome. So, should we talk about how we found out?
Yeah, I'm just watching my chat first. Guys,
Yeah.
we're live streaming simultaneously on both Dial the Gate and GateWorld right now. Let us know if everything's okay. I saw one message in my chat saying, David, you sound quieter than me.
Okay.
So can you pull your mic a little closer to you maybe?
Yeah. I just don't want to
guys,
pop.
we're here to celebrate with you. This is the first of many live streams to come. We've got several things planned for the rest of the week. This is our live in the moment. You just saw this announcement. Live stream reactions. So we've got the announcement is up on GateWorld. The announcement, you just saw it play here on the stream, but it's up on GateWorld if you want to rewatch it. It's on Prime Video's YouTube channel. That's kind of fun. You and I are on Prime Video's YouTube.
God. Oh,
and then I've
Mom
got
is
full
so proud.
coverage. When you guys are done with this live stream, go and watch the Amazon's Stargate video on GateWorld's channel. I've got about 12 minutes of coverage of this, talking about it, speculating about it. We'll cover everything here in the live stream, but be sure to watch my video before the day's over.
We've got 3 days of celebrations planned. This is day 1, and we're going to be celebrating with fans who have been in our circle over the next 2 days on Thursday and Friday. Those times are already posted at dialthegate.com. You can come and see. We're going to be inviting many of you on. We're going to be doing a couple of things that we haven't before. So a quick summary.
Yeah,
Joseph
let's do a quick
Malazzi
summary.
texted me almost 2 weeks ago, said, "Can you sign this?" And I was like, "Yes." I looked at it like, and then you, I think, did the same. And then a few days later, what happened?
I hemmed and hawed on signing an Amazon non-disclosure.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Because I'm a news site, and disclosure
Yeah.
is what I do.
Yeah.
But I talked with Joe, and we figured it out and came to a good place. And so we got on a live stream. We got on a Zoom chat, thinking it was just going to be Joe.
Yeah. And I saw Brad Wright, and then I saw Martin Garrow, and it was like,
Haven't seen that guy for a while.
no. I know Martin Garrow is my birthday buddy, so we always text each other on our birthday every year.
Your birthday, don't you?
And I hadn't seen his face in years, and then it was like, I know what's about to happen. And I sat there for the next 10, 15 minutes just processing, and I've been stuck in this Christmas Eve kind of mode, and I've had this secret. I have never held a secret like this before. And let me tell you something. It screws up with your sleep. I don't know how they slept last night. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I've been making it through. We recorded what you just saw on Friday. You and I have known for a week, a little over a week. I don't know how you survived.
yeah, I didn't have anyone to tell. You have a wife. But yeah, this has been, there was a chance that it could have launched yesterday, and so they moved it to today. I was like, please God, don't let them anymore. So do you want to talk about the news, or do you want to take a look at some of what our folks in each of our respective chats are saying first? How do you want to do this?
Let's recap the news first, because we've got several hundred people online between both chats.
Well, go for it, newsboy.
Not everybody's been here since the start, since the announcement played. There is an announcement from Amazon, a video created for Amazon Prime Video. We've got it on GateWorld's channel. You can watch it on Prime Video's channel. It's a 7-minute video that is me and David and Brad Wright, Joseph Malazzi, Martin Garrow talking about what's next. Martin reveals that Amazon's doing a new Stargate series. It is official. It's going to be a streaming series on Prime Video. And Martin Garrow from Stargate Atlantis is the creator and the showrunner. Brad Wright and Joseph Malazzi are also going to be on the production team. They're consulting producers. And then what's not in the video that we'll get to in a minute is in the press release. They also put out, guys, you're going to freak out. Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich are also executive producers on this show.
They're executive producers?
Executive producer. So we're taking
wow.
the TV team, which, you know, we're sort of divorced, right? It's like your divorced parents getting back together after 30 years.
Yeah.
They're going to be producing, the TV team and the movie team are going to be producing together. But it's Martin's show. It's Martin's idea. It's his pitch. It's his vision. And he's in charge of it.
That's right. And he has gone so many places as a writer. He's just absolutely been extraordinary. Every time I turn around, he's doing something new. And it's like, no one else deserves this, to be at the helm of this more. If they had to pick someone new who was also someone old, Martin Garrow would have been the way to go. Maybe Carl Binder, you know, but Martin, absolutely. He is the guy who knows this franchise inside and out. And the fact that they're not doing a reboot, this thing is going to be its own thing, but also what's in the past is in the past. That's going to be really just extraordinary. What's going to come up next. You and I have threaded a needle through the multiverse and come out in a reality where pretty much everything we could possibly, holy Hannah, Kevin Weaver, holy Hannah, yes sir, exactly. Everything that we could have possibly wanted in our a la carte list of a new Stargate has been hit. Series, existing canon, but new characters, a new adventure, something that can potentially spawn even more than what it is that currently exists right now. Fans have been begging for it, and it's time for us to put our money where our mouth is and support this thing when it comes forward, whenever that is. I mean, give it a watch. And on top, well, I'll get into the finer details in a second, but with you.
Yeah, it's just astonishing. So we've been covering this for years, right? SG was off the air for a while. MGM went bankrupt. It fell into control of its creditors. They set up a new team of executives to run the studio in 2010, 2011. And for years, it just kind of seemed clear that they were going to let Stargate rest, that they weren't interested in pushing a new project immediately. And years turned into a lot of years. We got Stargate Origins in 2018. That was that short form web series, kind of low budget web series that you can now stream online as a movie. Stargate Origins, Catherine. Other than that, we were even hoping that might be a starting point that turns into something bigger, right? Bigger projects, a full series. And it didn't. And then MGM turned around and decided, post-COVID, I think, to sell the studio. Yep. So those creditors who came into possession of MGM after its bankruptcy were looking for a return on their investment. Eventually, they sold the studio, which we knew was coming. We knew that they were eventually selling the studio. They sold to Amazon, and then that deal took another couple of years to close. That didn't close until the spring of 2022. So now Amazon owns MGM, Amazon owns Stargate, and we've been waiting 3.5 years since that deal closed to see what Amazon was going to do with the franchise. And through all that coverage, here's where I'm going. Through all that coverage, we were thinking, give us something in canon, give us a Brad Wright show. We know Brad wrote us a pilot for a 4th series that kind of got shut down by COVID. We can talk about some of that history. But Brad kind of made it clear after the dust had settled from the Amazon sale that Amazon was passing on his project. They weren't going to make it. So now we were in this position, right? We've been in this position for a couple of years, I think, where it's like, okay, if not Brad's show, then what?
Yeah, we've gotten used to it.
Are they going to reboot it? Are they going to do a feature film first? Are we going to get a new recast Jack and Daniel? What's it going to be? So the fact that the creators of the Expanse, the TV creators of the Expanse, not the creators of the novels, but the people who adapted it to TV for sci-fi, were rumored to be in the mix at one point about pitching a series. J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot were in the mix at one point, reportedly to be pitching a series to Amazon, their take on Stargate. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? So nervous, so anxious to see what the studio's going to do with this franchise that we love so much. And the fact that they went back to the well, back to original creators of the show,
which they didn't have to do,
even though they passed on Brad's project, that they went and found this, Martin Garrows is a rising star in Hollywood. He created Blind Spot, among other things, which is a show that I love.
Yeah. It's, really cool.
It's also got some fun Stargate Atlantis references on Blind Spot.
Yeah,
there's a McKay reference if you watch carefully.
Science guy. Yeah, exactly.
Bill Nye. Yeah, Bill Nye plays the dad of one of the main characters and drops a McKay reference in an episode. The fact that, man, you went back to the well, back to the original creators who made this universe, the TV universe that we love, and got Martin to create a new show. I can't imagine, other than, Brad.
Right.
I can't imagine a better scenario.
But this makes sense. If you're looking
I'm not saying Brad would be better than Martin, right?
I think that I said this to Brad and Martin a few days before, because one of the things that they commented on is Brad was like, he doesn't have to say no anymore. And he was the one who was telling Martin no for his ideas. And then one of the comments that I made was, it's like you're a grandparent now. You told your son that, no, you can't do that. And now the grandkid is going to be born, and he's going to be wrapped around your little finger, or you're going to be wrapped around his, rather, and he's going to be like, I want big effects and I want all this stuff. Can I please? And Brad's going to be like, yeah, but just don't tell your dad. So we're really getting the best of both worlds here, because if this is an ongoing generational thing, this is the next step where Brad has handed this off to someone who he had his first writing job under, and he went off and he did some amazing crap. I was about to say another word. And
Stuff. Not crap. Fine quality entertainment.
That's what I meant. And now he's coming back. And I've never seen him this excited. So we've all of us have known each other for a long time. And when he came on that chat, he was bursting at the seams. He wasn't playing it up. He was serious. This is the most excited he's been for a project. And that makes me even more excited. And I'm usually, at this point, we're all to the cautiously optimistic phase at best.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in with both feet for Martin Garrow. He's the one. He's the one.
He's thrilled. And so not just have we known him and been friends with him since he started on Stargate Atlantis 21 years ago, but he's a great writer. As I say in my breakdown video, Martin Garrow wrote a lot of your favorite episodes of Stargate. If you're an Atlantis fan, he wrote a lot of the season premieres, season finales, the big mid-season two-parters. He wrote The Storm in the Eye. He wrote The Return in season 3. He wrote Be All My Sins Remembered. He wrote First Contact and the Lost Tribe in season 5. And then a bunch of other fan favorite episodes. He wrote Duet. He wrote McKay and Mrs. Miller. He wrote Sunday, which was
my favorite.
A profound episode of Stargate.
My favorite.
Whatever you might think about how Sunday ends, it's an astoundingly powerful hour of television.
It's extraordinary. It's my favorite.
So yeah, not just is Martin OG, but he's got so many amazing episodes under his belt.
And he's only matured as a writer since then. So he's going to not only provide the tone of what it was that we had before, but I still don't want it to be exactly the same tone. He's going to have evolved sensibilities of what works and what doesn't. His timing may be a little different, and because we're not static throughout our lives, creatively we're not. Hopefully, in our lives, with the people that we love, with our partners, with our interests, isn't. So it's been 14 years since we were left floating in space, and Destiny's envelope just kept on going, and we don't know what happened to her. And now more than ever, I want to see those stories again. But to be perfectly honest with you, I want to see something new more, knowing that they're going to feather stuff in that they want, and there is no guarantee of how much or how little, but the fact that it's Martin and Brad and Joe, I don't need anything else. And I'm curious to see what everyone else in the chat is going to be saying here, your chat and mine. So we're both live streaming this on youtube.com/dialogate and /gateworld.dot.net. The live streams there are fully active. Darren is keeping an eye on his. We're going to talk a little bit about that more soon. My moderators are taking your questions to get to us on a separate page here for us to go over in a little bit on the Dial the Gate stream. Dude, we're in front of a buffet at the biggest restaurant in Disneyland. What do you want to pick first?
Yeah, I'm looking at my chat, guys. What do you think? Let's see what fans are saying here.
2 paleo, 2 ologist 80. Will Major Davis finally get a promotion? No, he's still flying a desk.
Yeah, he's the Ensign Kim of Stargate.
Yeah. Diana Botsford, a friend of mine, wrote a couple of Stargate novels. They're great. 4 Dragons and The Drift. And I believe in one of them is an explanation as to why he's flying a desk. There's reasons for this stuff. Stargate novels, check them out. I think it's stargatenovels.com. They're great. So, what do you got?
Zachary Finch 1230 says, "I'm so happy that it's a continuation and not a reboot."
Exactly.
That was the big worry, right? I think there was a lot of anxiety among Stargate fans. Certainly, I'll speak for myself. A lot of anxiety about what Amazon was going to do with the brand once they picked it up.
That's right.
And it's not a reboot. And it's not even from new creators who have to now come in and learn all the lore and figure out 354 hours of television.
And I'm honestly blown away at Amazon. They've done something really brave here. Truly, they did something that they didn't have to do.
They did not have to do this.
If I was them,
I'm surprised that they did it,
and I was wanting to maximize profit, I would have said, "It's wonderful. What you guys did was fantastic. Thank you so much. That's a great roadmap." Maybe a consulting producer here and there, but we need to maximize our profit and make a blank slate out of this to loosen up all of the things that are going on, so that we can redesign the Stargates. That we can.
They were good arguments for a clean slate.
Exactly right. And instead, what they did was, no. That's not how we're going to do it. We're going to maximize our relationship with the existing fandom, and we're going to pick a showrunner whom we can trust, has a stellar track record, who, when he says he's going to design a show for new Stargate fans, he means it. And I'm here to tell you guys today, you really have to, open up your hearts to everyone who's about to have a look at this show, and welcome them with open arms, because this is for all of us, the Stargate fans who have waited this long, the Stargate fans who are going to return and rediscover it, but the Stargate fans who are about to emerge. This really is for them just as much.
I really hope that that's the case. I really hope. I mean, since the instant I saw Martin's face on the screen, on our Zoom chat,
exactly,
and realized what might be about to come our way, I thought, boy, what fandom needs more than anything is a show that unites us.
Yep.
Something to come together, to coalesce around. Yeah, we're not going to get everything that we want, not in season one. Season one of the new show is not going to be Stargate Universe season 3. It's not going to be Stargate Atlantis season 6.
Because I wouldn't want that. Too much time has passed.
You wouldn't want that. As much as I want questions answered and
Yeah.
and lines resolved, the new show, I hope, I pray, is going to be a unifying force for fandom. Fans of the old shows, fans who are brand new, as you say, new fans coming on board, who this is going to be their first Stargate show, right?
That's right.
How many fans have we met over the last 16 years since SGU premiered that say, I wasn't interested in Stargate, and then I saw SGU, and now I'm a huge Stargate fan. SGU is my show. That's going to be the case with the new series as well. That's going to be their Stargate.
That's right.
And I'm hoping that our fandom is big enough and open enough to welcome those fans with open arms and embrace this thing.
LeVar Burton said something a few years ago that struck me. He was in this little show called My Generation or something. And he had said that sci-fi fans, by their nature, are or should be more open-minded to accept some ideas. So it would be that kind of a group who are dreamers and who turn around and get us to the moon and beyond, that would be willing to, more than other groups of fans, say sports fans or that kind of thing, to hear and process new ideas. When Battlestar came out, the Ron Moore version, everyone was like, whoa, no way. And then 4 years later, it was like, whoa, nothing else.
You got a lot of resistance to it.
Yeah. But they trusted him. The thing that I want the most, Darren, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, what's your favorite show on TV right now?
That's currently airing?
Yeah.
Currently in production?
Yeah. Don't think about it. Okay, you think about it. Mine is, it's a tie right now between Severance and Paradise.
Okay.
Those are dark shows. They're very well done. I'm staying away from Pluribus until the end of season 1. I watch most entertainment once the season completes. I will not be doing that with this one. Pluribus is brilliant. Severance has been, it's so compelling despite the fact that it's shot in an office space. I've never seen anything like it. Maybe I've drunk the Severance Kool-Aid a little bit. They're so dark. Stargate is not bleak by its nature. You look at even at Universe. You even look at Universe, especially near the last quarter of that show, which is, in my opinion, the finest, some of the finest of Stargate. Period. It was going places. That show was cooking with gas. Give it a shot, folks, if you have not seen it, because it is my favorite. It's my favorite. Elena kept on having people come up to her.
Severance a lot. I like Severance a lot. I like Silo a lot, although I have not seen the new season yet. Just based on season 1, I loved Silo.
Okay. I'm just thinking about going to Wikipedia and seeing if there's anyone outside of the silo, but maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, don't. You're gonna watch it at some point. Don't look it up. Foundation. Now, as an Asimov fan, the first thing I have to say is this is not an adaptation of Asimov. It's its own thing.
Okay, it uses its name.
If you treat it as its own thing and its own universe that's taking some light inspiration from Asimov's novels, I think Foundation's well done. I'm enjoying that. Again, haven't seen the new season.
Okay.
Let's go back to chat, though, because
Please be my guest.
Yeah, chat.
How many do you have right now in your chat?
Blowing up. We've got 549 people in GateWorld's chat right now. Thanks, everybody, for being here.
I got 240. Thank you, guys.
Okay, first, let's recap. Yes, there is a new Stargate series coming. It was announced this morning by Martin Garrow. It's going to be streaming on Prime Video. Martin Garrow of Stargate Atlantis is going to be creator and showrunner. Valkyrus Atlas asks, do we know any ETA on when this might come out? I'm guessing they are in pre-production. You are correct. They are in pre-production.
Have they started pre-production?
Well, whatever counts as pre-production.
Yeah.
Production, they have a green light and they haven't started filming yet.
This is true.
So Martin says that he has a pilot script. He's got a show Bible or a part of a pitch that he has been working up for many months. And no, they haven't cast it yet. They have not decided where they're going to shoot yet. All that is to come.
That's right. Darren, you should really check out this GateWorld website. It's really awesome.
GateWorld, yeah, somebody worked hard on this news story. If you guys want to go over to gateworld.net and give it a read.
Dude.
It's got everything that was in the video and then some, because there was some information that was not in the announcement video.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Including Dean and Roland's involvement.
That's it. Wow. So yeah, the biggest takeaway for me is that tonally, if you've watched Dial the Gate, it's kind of like a bingo card position now for me. Stargate is chicken soup. You know, I always think back to Bane and Allie squirting Teal'c with a squirt gun, and then Teal'c squirting Daniel, and Daniel goes. The show and Purple Dogs. I think dogs are the best people with O'Neill, with Marin. She's about to get her brain sucked out, and I dare anyone to say it more lightly.
All those beats, all
there
those
are
moments.
shows that make you feel good when they're over. And I'm not saying that Stargate has to do that all the time, but Stargate does that. What TV show now does that? It's so bleak and dark. And you know what? The world can suck sometimes. I don't necessarily want to go home and turn on the TV and watch entertainment that teleports me to a world that sucks. I want to teleport sometimes to a world that aspires to be better than it is now, that accepts the fact that it has flaws and that it can do better. And I mean, the Douglas Andrews Grell the Robot 200 actor says that, you know, in 200. That's exactly why he said it. And we recently had Herbert Duncanson on Dial the Gate he repeated the line. I was so excited.
Oh, good. I tried to get him. I moderated his panel at GateCon. And I wrote out the Asimov quote to try and get him to read it from stage, and he did his best. But man, he was reading my handwriting without his glasses under the stage lights.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he did it on Dial.
He went we gave him a break to go, and I showed off a tie, and then he came back and he read it, and it's like one of those exemplary moments in all of the show doing things that you wouldn't expect, because Teal'c never spoke, and so. Herbert never had lines with that character, but at the end, when you've done the tree houses throughout the show, the segments, and then you have the Wormhole Extreme reunion, to end on Herbert was chef's kiss. So that was great.
What Brad and Joe and Martin have also said to us is that this show is going to feel like Stargate. It's tonally what you love about Stargate. So there's going to be humor, there's going to be adventure, there's going to be camaraderie. I'm excited about the tone of the show. I'm excited about the vibe, which again would be not impossible, but really difficult for a new set of creators to capture.
Yeah, a voice.
The magic of all those moments that you have given us examples of.
That's exactly right. One of the things that I want to point to real quick on Dial the Gate, if I can get my crap together here, is we've opened up a community section, and I'm just figuring this thing out. So please do bear with me while I do that. But right now we have a lot of buttons. Where's my button? We have a lot of trivia that you can go through and questions where I'm looking for your feedback. We're trying to come up with all the characters who were recast one reason or another. All these things, they go back way, way back. But the most recent one here that I posted 15 hours ago, because I knew it was coming.
Yeah, this is good.
What is the most crucial ingredient in a future Stargate series? And so I didn't have a lot of time to think about this. Action, adventure, lighthearted comedy, exploration, and discovery, which suggests to me open to new ideas, Stargate fandom is, trusting the fact that they'll feed into what came before, and existential and metaphysical 4%. So we got some agnostics in there. I gotta say, I woke up this morning to the comments section, and someone posted and said, Are we really playing this game that there's going to be a new Stargate series coming that's based on the old stuff? Really? And I've never wanted to sink a battleship so fast, and I just, I didn't.
Yeah, but I understand it.
I
Man,
understand.
as
I
somebody who
understood.
covers this, right?
Yeah.
Who's so invested in it like you and I are.
Yeah.
I understand it, man. I've
Jaded.
gone to some dark places over the last
I
year
know
or
you
so.
have.
I've sort of thrown up my hands and said, I think they'll do something at some point. I don't know what it's going to be. It's out of my hands. And I get that impulse that, every time we post a video or a news story, kind of speculating, this is what Amazon should do. These are Amazon's options. This is why we think it's taking so long. Anything about a new show, there's always folks who come on and comment like, you're just doing this for clicks.
That's right.
This is nothing. Nothing's going to happen.
That's not us doing it for clips. There are other people doing it for clicks, and they weren't over the target. The thing here that I want everyone to take away, who have been with Joe Malazzi, with us, talking about the possibility of something, is some fans have come and gone, sure, but so many of us have never given up, and the reason that this is happening is because of you. We wouldn't be here to have the extraordinary, I'm still levitating from that meeting, that initial Zoom call, opportunity to be your ambassadors, to convey this news to the world. I mean, thank you so much for it. And now let's turn around, let's support them, let's give them a chance to work their magic. But all of the work that you guys have put into this over the past 14 years was not for naught. And today and the next couple of days, where we're going to have the fan reactions and bring people in, they are all a reflection of the work that you have done. They are Martin Garrow saying thank you, and Amazon saying we're listening.
They're listening, yeah. That's if there weren't 5 other headlines to run with today, that would be my headline. Amazon actually paid attention to fans. They've been silent for so long.
They've done whatever they wanted.
MGM's been silent for years. Joseph Malazzi helped to organize fan tweet storms that blew up social media in like 2019, and there was no response from the studio whatsoever.
Can we just give show
the headline
up?
is the headline is they were paying attention.
Can we just?
They were listening, and it mattered. It mattered.
Yeah.
Amazon is listening. Martin is running the show now, and Martin is listening. He's paying attention to fans, and they're really working to give us the show that we want, right? In the universe that we want.
Joseph Malazzi cannot get enough praise as far as I'm concerned. What he has done, sticking with all of us, taking every one of my calls, doing 16, 17, 18 episodes. When I started Dial the Gate, I pitched him first. And I said, look, I want to go on this journey with you. I want to cover, like Julia Donovan wanted to cover Prometheus, top to bottom. I wanted to cover Stargate with him, bottom to top, from season 4 when he joined all the way to the end. And he did that for me. And not only did he do that for me, he has continued to beat the drum for this fandom because he loves it, because he believes in it, because it has, I think Brad Wright said, it's evergreen. It's one of those things that is perpetually relevant as you move through life and as it moves through time, because so those things are doing this together. It becomes more relevant as our society changes. And it's going to be very interesting to see. We're going to speculate about what they might do in a little bit here. Just what things they're going to pick up and what things they're going to acknowledge where our society has just evolved. If someone can give me a screenshot, let's see if fandom can do this. Someone can get me a screenshot and email me at dialthegateshow@gmail.com. Let's just see who's listening. Go to SGU, get me a screenshot of Eli taking a photo of the team with his iPhone. And I'll keep an eye on my email, because I want to show that. Because that was when we really left this world. And my God, how things have changed. There's 9 billion Eli's running around now. So.
Trying to keep up with the chat. You guys are blowing up. Thank you everybody for being here. This is amazing. We're going to try and answer your questions. We've also got kind of a list of topics that we want to go through here on this stream. And again, if you can't hang out with us today, that's great. Watch the replay, and then we're gonna have more live streams as the week goes on. We're gonna bring in other fans, friends of ours, friends of Dial the Gate, friends of GateWorld, other fans from all over the world, and have some additional live streams. There's gonna be, we'll go over the schedule later, but there'll be a live stream Thursday morning and Friday afternoon U.S. time. Olivier 7592, is Amanda involved? I'm seeing a lot of these, right? Is Brad involved?
We should
Amanda
nuke that.
involved? So let's go through this.
Well, not nuke it, but acknowledge it. So
Here's what we know. We know that Martin Garrow is creating the show. He was a writer, executive producer on Stargate Atlantis. He's the writer, he's the creator and showrunner of the new series. Brad Wright is a consulting producer on the new series. Joseph Malazzi is a consulting producer. Dean Devlin, I always do that. Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich are executive producers on the new show. Yep. There is no cast yet. There is a pilot script. Somebody asked earlier, has this filmed yet? No, there is a pilot script, but it has not filmed yet. They have not cast anybody yet. And because it's set in universe, it's in the canon that we know and love, it's entirely possible that they could go get anybody. They could get Amanda, they could get Rick, they could get Michael, they could get,
why wouldn't they?
And that's what, of course, as fans, that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for cameos from SG1, SG, SGU casts. But we don't know yet. There's been no news about whether Amanda's going to be involved or anybody in front of the camera. But it is a new show, so expect that it's going to have a new cast.
Yep. And I'm hopeful for the people who are out there who were secondary characters that I really want to see again. There are certain people where it makes sense that if they hadn't been used. One of the things that I loved about Stargate when it evolved is it recognized the fact that the universe was only so large because it was a paramilitary unit and you had an international expedition for sure, but there were only, several thousand people who were aware of this thing per se. So when you're on Destiny and you need TJ to switch out with a doctor with more expertise, calling on Dr. Brighton makes sense, And so there's going to be an opportunity for a lot of folks that we've seen before to come back into the fray. I can't think of anyone more that I would want to see probably than Jonas Quinn. He's done his thing on Langara. Bring him back, make him a consultant. The other one that I thought a lot about was Charles Shaughnessy as Alec Coulson. He's kind of the billionaire entrepreneur playboy Stark kind of guy. It makes sense. I actually honestly expected him to appear on Destiny. I thought that they sent him to Icarus. They sent him to somewhere. They didn't send him to a beautiful planet like Mayborn where that brain has to be used. So it makes sense to see him again. Sarah Gardner. I want to see Anna Louise Plowman again. So there are really want to see Sarah Gardner. So there's my favorite character from SG1. There are places where it makes sense, and there are places to surprise us with bringing previously established characters back into the fore, along with the new characters and a new cast that are going to come in and flesh this thing out in completely 100%. New directions.
100%. But I do want to kind of level set and
exactly pull me back down to earth.
Everybody's conscious of the fact that this is a new show.
Yep.
It's going to have a new cast and it's going to be a new story. The language that Martin has used is it's its own thing. It's its own unique chapter in the Stargate franchise. And so it's not going to be SG1 getting back together for another season. It's not going to be SG1 season 11,
nope.
Atlanta season 6, Universe season 3. Those stories are all part of the texture. They're all part of the fabric of the universe that this lives in. Mm-hmm. But Martin has a new story to tell, mm-hmm. and he has new characters to tell it with. Mm-hmm. And it's important, I think, that we let him tell his story and not, I don't want to complain that, the new show, which only, probably doesn't have 22 episodes a season. Show, I'm not going to complain the new show doesn't have Sam Carter in it. Doesn't have McKay in it.
No, and it has to have room to breathe and do its own thing. We have to accept the fact that the people who created the stuff that we're all here saying, yes, now another one of those, please. They're here, and they're going to give you another one of those. But you have to accept the fact that creative people are not going to do the same thing that they did before, because that's not fulfilling. And really, when you do get that thing, say, you tied up Brad Wright and stuck a typewriter in front of him, in a winter storm, and said, you're going to do the next Stargate series, and I want it to be exactly the same as it was before. And he creates this thing for you. And let's just say he doesn't smash your head in with the typewriter. Once you read it, you're going to be like, I felt like I read empty calories, or took in some empty calories, because it's not from the creative impulse that has always given him strength. Go and watch, if you have not seen it, go and watch Travelers. I cannot recommend it enough. I watched it with my folks. We inhaled it in a few weeks. It was just extraordinary. And it was what he does best, sticking two people in a room and winding them up and letting them go. And Martin Garrow comes from that pedigree. A lot of his stuff was a little bit more action-oriented. I'm hoping that, in his 40s, he's, and it certainly looks like it with a lot of the stuff that he's done recently, he's a little bit more introspective. The thing that I want more than anything is to find out who that Daniel character is in the show, to find out who the voice of reason and thoughtfulness is, who's going to be willing to put his foot in his mouth and say the thing that needs to be said. Because I think more than ever, especially in today's society, you have to have someone who is willing to stick their foot in a spot and jam a door open to something that should not be closed and say, okay, should we be doing this? Should we not be? Stargate is so great about folding those moments in with everything that's going on. It's good enough to slow things down just a little bit to say, okay, what are the implications of this here, culturally, morally, and also give us a damn good time.
Yeah, we need more Daniels. We need more voice of moral reason in our sci-fi storytelling. Supreme Bioshock on GateWorld, 10 gifted memberships. Thank you. That's amazing. Appreciate you. Stardust YT, I really want to see a multinational crew like Atlantis. Should we talk about the fact that this is a multinational audience because it's on Prime Video?
God.
So Prime Video reaches the whole universe, basically.
Yep.
It's 240 countries and territories worldwide. So this is going to be the very first Stargate show where fans in all different countries can go on Prime Video and watch the new episode right as it drops, and go online and talk about it and not worry about spoilers because it hasn't aired in my country and it's not airing in my country until next month. That's the kind of thing we had to deal with back in the day.
Oh, some did. I torrented the Sky One rips, and I'm so glad I don't have to do that anymore, because I want
Don't confess to crimes on live stream.
They can come and get me. They have made this so that I can purchase Prime Video and go and watch this, and my vote can be counted because they're collecting that data. And so is everyone else globally simultaneously. That's the thing that I think really is the most mind-blowing about it. The people who picked up MGM's library have the ability to share this with everyone in the world all at once. And I think that if you think of really any other IP, none deserves that more than this one does, because it is the most universal of anything that's moving forward right now, with the exception of maybe Trek. It speaks to all of us, and now it's going to in the world's languages, and that's really cool. So we're all going to be able to take the ride together at the same time. So my live stream says...
what's going on over on Dial the Gate right now?
Conbo Steppe, when does it start streaming? Is it already on Prime? Oh, yeah. Everyone found out about it. They didn't tell you? No. Their production begins soon, if pre-production, if not already. Urias Tosh for David. Which Gould would you like to say make a comeback, dead or alive? That's Sarah Gardner.
Can't be Sarah Gardner because she's not a Gould anymore.
So if I had to pick someone else, I'd say Sarah Gardner.
Goulder again. Let's do it.
Kenny Long, 653, storylines, exclamation mark. Nice choice. Public disclosure, he says, of the GATE program, a unified Earth along with other planets to fight new otherworldly threats. So that's one of the things that, I asked Martin. I was like, you're going to have to, if you're moving the ball down the court by 14 years, you're going to have to know those answers. And you don't necessarily have to reveal those things in your show. But the problem with Stargate is you got one gate for planet, and that gate has to have location. So by design, the show has kind of hobbled you in terms of the things that you can do, because that gate is going to have to be somewhere, and that is going to be operated by a certain group of people. And you also, if you're going to want to tell stories about our universe, in our universe, the show still doesn't, the Stargate still doesn't exist publicly yet. So if you do make it public, you risk making the show slightly different, because you would have to deal with the geopolitical fallout of something like that were it to be revealed to the public. Are you going to have a ripple effect kind of, no, a road not taken kind of situation where people were killing each other over food, water, and gasoline? Or did they have some kind of a crisis that unified them? I think that was what the Stargate's Revolutions story idea was going to be about. My hope, Darren, is, frankly, that Martin gets to tell his story. We get to get sucked into it and to show our love and support for his project all the way. Maybe a little fan service here and there. But really, for this one, I think that it's strong enough on its own, and Martin is strong enough as a creator, that this one can almost completely be self-contained, and everyone's going to love it because he just sits down and entertains you. He does not preach to you. He does not say you're stupid, so I'm going to telegraph this to you because I don't trust what you believe. He says that I trust you enough to make your own choices about what this project is going to be, and come and take the journey with me. And if we can make it successful enough by watching, maybe they'll be able to fill in the gap of the last few years with a couple of different things. Didn't B5 do an animated series?
Let's talk about this. Yeah, B5 did an animated movie recently that was, set earlier in the timeline than the last thing that we had seen. But let's get into this. I want to talk about the state of Earth and public disclosure, get into the meat of what Martin's show is going to be stepping into if it premieres in 2026, 2027. What's the state of Earth? But before we get into that, let's check in here with what's going on.
Yeah.
Suns and Shadows on GateWorld gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Jeff.
You have to tell me what that is.
You are rad. You are so glad to be here. These guys are now have a month's paid membership to GateWorld, which will let you do things like see some videos early, get your name in the credits,
That's
and
cool.
just generally support us. And then if you're in the GateWorld chat here, I'll show them again. We have little icons. I took the wonderful icons that a Stargate fan made for us on the forum back in the day, and they are now emotes.
You can
They're
make
now emotes in the
emojis.
GateWorld chat. So you have a little Jack, Daniel, Sam, and Teal'c. And if our membership grows, then YouTube will let me upload more little SG1 emotes.
Can I say one?
So
Or do you want to finish your thought?
yeah, the last thought before I take it to you is I want to show you my stats. Go full screen on me. I want to show you. This is live traffic on GateWorld.net right now. Usually on a typical morning where I haven't published anything new, this will be maybe 60, 70 active users in the last 30 minutes. If I published a news story, it might go to 100 or 200. If I publish a big news story, it might go to 400 or 500. Want to see what it is? It's currently 1,741.
You can do your Leo DiCaprio on the front of the Titanic now.
Yeah. Blowing up.
I mean,
people are seeing this everywhere.
Kudos to you, buddy. I fully support your badges and everything else. I can't take a cent from people. I can't do it.
For Dial the Gate, you started this project
so
with this is you're not going to take a dime for what you're doing.
Yeah. So I will stand by it. You want to support me? Buy a T-shirt. So that is my one exception.
Buy some merch from Dial the Gate store.
And
and
below
support
there's
what
some
David's
designs.
Because bringing you all this stuff doesn't come free.
No.
And David does amazing work week after week with his team. And I will say I do want to make sure that people know we publish Dial the Gate clips on GateWorld's channel every week, and David does get the lion's share of that revenue. So that's the little bit that we can give back to help support Dial the Gate.
And it was only because of you that I existed. So I'm more than happy to get those over to you and give GateWorld kind of a highlight reel. Tommy DT Valentine, Tommy Valentine, hey buddy, from the Companion app.
Tommy,
Yeah, and
Tommy,
he
we
is.
did it.
We did it, Tommy, and Tommy's a daddy. So this new show is just a couple of days younger than his son. So cute, and the mop of red hair. The apple does not fall far from the tree. Super excited for this. He says, do you think this will be 22 episode old school or more like a 10 episode new school thing, Darren?
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
We have to. Okay, let's start here. We have to draw the line between our speculation and what we know and what Amazon has disclosed. So a lot of this live stream, right? There's an announcement video. It's about 7 minutes long. You can watch that. You can read the news story on GateWorld. But this live stream is filled with our speculation. So we're going to speculate about what we think might shake out in terms of the episode count. I think that they're going to get a bigger budget. It's going to be like the other streaming shows, right? Prestige streaming series that you love or like or watch, which is that it's going to have a lower episode count and a bigger budget. So Brad talked about the fact that they're going to have money to spend on visual effects and be able to do things that Martin would come in as a writer. Martin would come into Brad's office on Stargate Atlantis and say, I got this really cool idea. Can we do it? And Brad would have to say, no, it's not in the budget. We can't afford the visual effects work, or yes, or trim it down. And we got some amazing work, right? We got the battle over Asurus and Be All My Sins Remembered. We got that that minute-long visual effects shot.
The nuke going down over. That was the longest VFX shot in the entire franchise. And
yeah, that's a minute or longer.
It is.
And that's Martin. Martin conceived of this long visual effects shot of the Apollo launching its
payload
nukes. And you follow the missiles as it go down to the planet, on the replicator planet, and splits into pieces and detonates on the surface.
Boy, did we
That's an expensive VFX shot because it was so long.
Yeah.
So more money, but yeah, fewer episodes. We don't know the episode count. We don't know if it's 8 or 10 or 12 or what, but I'll bet money that it's not 22.
Yeah. No, I think that 22 is unrealistic, Tommy. And I think that you would probably agree in that circumstance. I am hoping that it's going to be 12, maybe 10. One of the benefits of telling fewer episode order is you're not trotting out the best horse down to the least good horse for your track. You're picking the best ideas that you've had for that year to complement, if you're telling a continuing story, that continuing story. And I think the result is the last few years has proven in terms of television that you get, in many cases, greater quality storytelling as a result. But having said that, this is a group of people that we're talking about that produced 40 television series a year for 3 years. And
40 episodes, yeah.
And 30 of them I would put in at a moment's notice and rewatch anything. So, but I don't think they'll put themselves through that again. But yeah, I would love around 10, 12. So.
We're living in a space where, as our friend Jenny Stiven has put it, it's the rebirth of the miniseries.
Yes.
I grew up in the 80s watching miniseries like V that would run for a week. And it's an hour or two every night for 5 nights, or, Taken on Sci-Fi Channel, I think was 2 weeks long. That's kind of what the 10 episode big budget prestige streaming series is it's the rebirth of the miniseries. And it's a new format for Stargate. Mm-hmm. It's a new format, and it's a particular canvas to tell a story on.
Mm-hmm. I want to
the amount of minutes you have to work with.
Right.
You have, how much money you have to work with. And if it's, let's say, 10 episodes, you've got a story that's going to unfold in this space. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what Stargate can do on that particular canvas.
That's right. Tommy actually asked a second question that I know the answer to. Dial the Gate, do we know if any elements of Brad's pre-COVID pilot will feature in Garrow's pilot? No, Brad, I asked him that question specifically on our first Zoom interview, our Zoom talk, and he said, no, Amazon passed on that one. This is Martin Garrow's story. All eyes are on him. So the hall is rented, the orchestra is engaged, and Martin's going to dance. and it's his time to shine. So Brad and Joe are going to support his vision. And so if we want to see more Stargate, it's up to us to support him too. So
Over on GateWorld, Whitney Nolan joined. Thank you, Whitney, for being a supporter on GateWorld. Let me scroll down here. We got our first super chat. I don't think I've ever had a super chat before.
cool.
Astria4157, thank you for the $10 super chat. Astria says,
Wow.
this is what we've been waiting for years. I can't believe they're giving us exactly what the fandom has been begging for. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
And Free 90 Fly also gave a GateWorld membership. Thank you so much.
Retro Badger Gaming, David and Darren, do you know if Stargate Origins will be considered canon officially? I asked Martin that question as well, and he said, it's in the past, so sure. And that's a quote. So it was out. A lot of fans don't consider it part of continuity. I take umbrage with that because Kieran Dixon and I consulted on the script with Sam Tolles, and we deliberately put in components from the show, specifically the tomb.
Yeah, you put in elements from SG-1, right?
Give the movie version.
Did you guys put in like the idea of a Harcesis?
So yes. So they were saying that they wanted to do this. They wanted to have a Gould with a child, and said, that doesn't happen, but you can do this. There is a thing called a Harcesis, and they actually wrote that into the dialogue. And the other thing was, they were telling a story about the Germans, and it's like, it makes sense that the Germans would know about this, but this is a quick aside, because in the tomb, Daniel says that the Red Army stole back the Egyptian DHD from the Germans during the sacking of Berlin. And so since Origins was set before that, they put in a line, to my request, they put in a line that one of the Nazi officers says on the side of Abydos. It looks just like the one in Berlin. So they deliberately put stuff in there to hang the story on it. Yeah, if you go through Catherine's book, there's a symbiote, and I'll post the photo at some point. But it's all of a piece. So let me see here. Marsha
Sorry, I was just going to follow up. I consider Stargate Origins canon.
I do.
And it's almost the sort of story, right? If you watched it, you know how it ends.
Yep.
It almost doesn't matter if it's canon or not.
Yep.
Because it's backstory, and it doesn't affect anything that comes later. So it's self-contained. Right? The way that they told the story is self-contained in a nice little way.
That's it. Marsha Middleton, do we have any estimate on how long it may take before episodes will be ready for us to view? I would say less than a hamster's lifetime. Any news regarding
how long
Peter?
Do hamsters live? Oh,
2
I should
years.
know this. My
2
kids
years.
had hamsters.
There you go.
I said in my video that I was anticipating a 2027 premiere.
I think that's fair.
Could be faster. That's possible, but it could
if they
be
fast
faster.
track it. Yeah.
MGM did a sci-fi show recently for their streaming platform, cable channel, MGM Plus. They did the Lena Headey show, sci-fi show. Did you watch that one, Beacon 23? It was kind of a flash in the pan, but they announced it, they shot it, and it was streaming in 6 months. And then they did a season 2, and it came and went. They put that out really fast. And that was a high production quality show.
Wow.
So if Prime Video wants to kick it out fast, they have the resources to kick it out fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Jacob Randall Wong, 7196, and Lalonda Films. Any info where the production will take place? Back to Vancouver? They're still deciding.
Good question.
It would be great. It would make a lot of sense to do Vancouver. Because I can understand if they might be reticent to pick Vancouver because it's so established as those backgrounds are Stargate, but also that's not necessarily a bad thing for some of it to be rooted there. And at the same time, you can do anything with technology like the volume, with some assistance from AI, which I know folks like John Gadetsky is using. They're using AI to through Amazon on his series House of David. We recently did an episode with him on Dial the Gate, where they shot humans and then gave the humans to the AI, and then the AI presented a scene. And in many cases, they created two, and then they picked the one that was best. And even the ones that were AI, they went over it with visual effects artists and cleaned up the artifacts. So they're melding these technologies together at this point to truly tell whatever story they want. And we're moving forward in such a way that I think we really can meld the best of machine technology with the human artist. So they can do anything that they want.
I'm one of those viewers who is really nervous and cautious about AI. I don't want AI creating scripts or reproducing Jack O'Neill at the age of 40. But you can use AI tools to clean up visual artifacts and
exactly right.
fix the picture, and it's amazing as a tool. It's amazing. Let me go back to chat here. Guys, use at GateWorld if you want to flag a message to make sure that I see it. You don't have to give us money. I appreciate it so much, but just flag at GateWorld. We're getting some more donations, and again, because Dial the Gate is an expensive project and David doesn't take money for doing it, I want to split everything that you guys are donating with Dial the Gate. We'll work. He's shaking his head, but we'll work it out behind the scenes.
No, it's the same thing as if I took the money. That's my whole point. I'm not going to take the money.
Well, no, it's going to be from GateWorld. It's going to be from GateWorld.
You know what, you brat bastard.
Luck Shadow gave us $10. Thank you, Luck Shadow. He says they say, I hope they move Stargate Command from the U.S. Air Force to the U.S. Space Force.
You know where U.S. Space Force is operating right now? Cheyenne Mountain.
Is it really?
Yes.
They have a broom closet.
I hope they still have that broom closet. It makes sense for the Space Force to be involved.
Yeah. Whitney Nolan gave us another $4.99. Thank you, Whitney. You don't have to keep giving money. Just at me so I see your message. Did they give any idea of timeline? Thank you, Darren and David, for always carrying the torch for Stargate. And then let's see. Mr. N. Bridger, 100 euros. My goodness. My goodness. Thank you. Best news of the year. Huge thanks to Darren for GateWorld and to David for Dial the Gate and for your help with the Daedalus plaque. What's the Daedalus plaque?
Okay. So I have the USS George Hammond plaque in my dining room. And this guy, this guy wrote me a short story. He said, "Can I please get exact measurements for you, from you for the Hammond plaque?" I think he wants to recreate it or something. And I hemmed and hawed, and I'm like, okay, I'll try. And I threw it into my phone, and I said, when I get a chance to. And a couple of days later, I got out my measuring tape, and I took iPhone photos of it all over at different dimensions. And when Lee Webb over at PropWorks gave me his photo library of the entire Stargate archive, which I was happy to pay for, it had the images of the Hammond plaque as well. So I was able to get him the actual ones of that so he can recreate it. These things are meant for all of us. And that was really cool to be able to do that for someone. Because people want to recreate a lot of this stuff. We have, can I just say for a minute here, share something? The technology that has come since the show ended is extraordinary. And hopefully I don't F this up. Whoops, here's that. So I've got to show you something that's extraordinary. This is Bryce Orrs. His YouTube channel is iBrec. It's India, Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Charlie. And he is a brilliant artist. And he used Unreal 5 to bring the Atlantis gate room to life. And this is like 500 or 600 hours of work. The guy...
This is so incredible. ...is
unparalleled. This is a virtual environment that you can use in VR. And he's called it the Stargate project. Oh, no, the Pegasus project.
The Pegasus project.
And of course it makes sense. So the amount of detail that he has put into this is just extraordinary. If you want to talk about digital sets, bro, we're here. And we've only been here for the last little while. So the fact that some of this stuff can exist now, I'll put a link in the description below to all of the stuff that we're talking about here, is possible for us now. The fact of the matter is that they can recreate anything that they want to create. And there are plenty of fans who will be more than willing to put their, like Bryce, to put their time and energy into things like this to make it happen. So if you've got shows like this this Babylon 5 trailer, that obviously the show is well put together and animated, and that's all that I'm going to show. We can have all kinds of things after this thing becomes a huge success, but they're not going to happen if this thing isn't a huge success. So, but somehow I doubt that won't be a
Amazon
problem.
needs to see that
We're
fans
here.
are there for Stargate.
Yeah.
Let's see. GTA V exclusive TV. Do you think it'll be one story per season or more standalone stories? More of the arc-based storytelling, or like Strange New Worlds where they're doing traditional episodic television?
If it's going to feel like Stargate, it's going to have all of that. It's going to be a hybrid. I think this is the word that they use. You have episodic stuff, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a serialized story if you wanted to, while at the same time telling episodic stuff. There's a few shows that have done that really well. I'd never seen it before in sci-fi, really well done, until Enterprise did it with season 4, or season 3 rather, the Xindi arc. It's one of my favorite seasons of any television show. It was so good. There are so few duds in there, so you could tell an ongoing story with an ongoing threat and episodic weaved in. And I hope that they do a hybrid.
Yeah, I would like to see. I mean, I've made no secret about the fact that I love the way that SG1 and Atlantis did their storytelling originally, and SGU maybe to a lesser degree, because SGU was deliberately more serialized. But with the SG1 and Atlantis formula, there were big story arcs like the fight against the System Lords, the fight against the Wraith, that you kept coming back to, and you knew that there were going to be tentpole episodes in a season. You were going to get a Serpent's Venom. You were going to get an Exodus that was going to come back to those storylines. But in between, there were wonderful standalone episodes. Now, if we end up with 10 a year, I think there's going to be more focus on the story, on the arc. There's going to be more
10 a
focus
year or
on
10 a
that.
season?
10 a season.
Yeah.
If there's 10 a season, then you just have less space to work with, unless you go episodic like Strange New Worlds. You just have less to do, to kind of play with. Episode 3 or episode 9 is just going to be more of a standalone. I think if the episode count really is as low as we think it's going to be or suspect it will be, I think it'll be more serialized.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's a great way to make it work. Let me pull up a couple here. I lost my page. Perfect. Oh, Kevin, one for both of us, Darren. Maybe more for you. Will GateWorld's podcast be revived for the new series, or are you going to maintain a place on your live channel here? What's your thought process on the podcast?
That's a great question.
Or is one the other?
Where it might end up being a hybrid of both, right? Because we have YouTube now, which when we were doing the GateWorld podcast, we did not have a YouTube channel. So it remains to be seen. I would love to revive it. My most recent co-host was Adam. Adam, I hope you're watching. Thank you, brother.
Hey, Adam.
And if Adam's not ready to do it and you're busy with Dial the Gate, then I might need to find somebody else to host like a weekly episode chat to talk about the show as it's on.
Do you want to talk about, before we get too deep into this, about where we're looking to get some assistance? Or do you want to put that off in a little bit?
No, let's do it now.
Okay. All right. Very good. We have a lot on our plates because circumstances have changed. Don't know if you
There's
noticed.
a lot going on now.
Yeah, just a wee bit. And Darren, what is it that you're looking for?
So moving forward for GateWorld, as we're moving into a new era where there's a Stargate series in active production, GateWorld has been kind of a one-man show for a long time. Adam stepped back from creating content on the regular. We have occasional guest writers who will come in and do a feature article or will join me for a live stream. Jeff's done that. Martin McLean's done that. You've done that. I'm going to have Alan Gowan from Ozgate here in a couple of weeks. But I want to build a team. And guys, you're out there. If you're on this live stream or you're watching it after the fact, you care enough about Stargate to be a part of the fan community and hopefully the fan creator community. So David and I are both looking for folks to join our respective teams. And on GateWorld, I'm looking for writers. I'm looking for people who want to write news stories for the website, who want to write feature articles, not necessarily about the new show even, but write feature articles that look back on Stargate that you love. We've got an episode guide that is missing a lot of content. So if you want to write summaries of past episodes of particularly SG-1, the earlier seasons of SG-1, you can write episode summaries. Also, if you have a nice, beautiful face, or just an okay face even, we'll take it. For some on-camera talent, if you want to hop on a live stream with me and talk Stargate, maybe we're going to discover a new crop of Stargate fans who want to be a part of what we're doing on these two channels. Also,
Maybe?
because, well, I think it's going to happen.
I think so too.
I'm optimistic.
I think so.
But you know what? Doing more live streams here on GateWorld now and looking at a live stream with 619 people in it, boy, I sure could use some help modding.
Good for you.
If anybody's in here, yeah. If anybody is in the room right now and is interested in being a mod, it kind of requires you to just be available and then watch the chat and help organize things and knock out people who post anything that they shouldn't say. You know what a moderator is. So,
That's it.
and then graphic designers, you can tell from just looking at GateWorld, that is the full extent of my graphic design skills. You can tell by looking at my channel thumbnails. That is the full extent of my graphic design skills. I'm giving it everything I have. I bet you can do better if you have graphic skills. So let me know at webmaster@gateworld.net on email, or you can go to gateworld.net/contribute and read more about contributing to the site, whether you're writing, whether you want to be a podcaster, be on stream, make a video, be a chat mod. The sky's the limit. There's so much to do, and there's so much, I really hope, renewed enthusiasm about Stargate now that there's a new show coming.
That's it. If you want to help me, bloody darn it, I didn't put our emails under this. So that's a mistake. So if you want to refresh your screen for the description below, it'll say come be a part of the Dial the Gate team. Email David at dialthegateshow@gmail.com. I should probably tell you what I'm looking for first. I have 500 hours of interviews with the cast and crew of 344 episodes of television. And I have had a team of people, extraordinary people. I'm talking to you, Anthony and Jacob and everyone else who has made this possible. Every one of those episodes have all the chapters broken down in them. So every topic from every show has been discussed. And they need to be mined so that people can get a new Stargate story every day. And I can't do that on my own. I need someone who is passionate about the history of the franchise to go into that legacy content, see the clips that we've created, because there's 150 or so in there now. And that is the template. They're 8 to 10 minutes long, and they're a select story or a couple of stories from someone who was a part of production. And a thumbnail artist for that as well. We've got a template. That's the main thing that I would need, is to punch out a daily clip, because we have banked enough content now.
Yeah, that'd be
there's interesting stories to be told that really need to get out there a little bit better. On top of that, the other part of making this an archive is the fact that you can go to dialthegate.com, and Frederick Marcoux over at Concepts Web, he's working on a new design which will incorporate a lot of this. Transcribers. About half of all of the interviews have been transcribed. We need more of that. We have some tools that are making the process faster, but the fact of the matter is I need people who can go in, who are good with English, and fill in those details so that it's searchable and indexable for the future. And the whole point of Dial the Gate is to try to archive these stories for the future. It's the Stargate version of the Archive of American Television, which is like what I looked at as like the benchmark. These long form, hours, multi-hours, retrospective interviews with these folks. And some of them don't have a lot of Stargate. You know, Bonnie Bartlett, her second one doesn't have Stargate at all. But we wanted Bonnie's story because, yes, you know, she's a part of the franchise, even if just for one episode. I don't care. That's one of the big things that I'm looking for. Ship modelers, FBX. I have no idea what that is. I think it's an image file type. Eagle SG knows more about it. Eagle SG, Matt, you did an amazing job with the Hammond flying over at the beginning. It's the same one we used for the Remembering Don S. Davis episode. Go check it out if you want to see me cry like a like a really sad person at the end. But we have ships I keep switching back to you, buddy, that are in our
Hey, give the people what they want.
that are in our inventory that are not in our inventory that we really need to see fly. We just finished an Ori ship recently. We need people who can create some of these spaceships to fly through the scenes because we don't. We want more ships to fly. We need some Asgard ships. I think ELSG is working on the X301 right now because next season I want to take these ships and recreate scenes from the franchise. I want to show the X301 with the Stargate, or the X302 with the Stargate hanging off the bottom of it as O'Neill just keeps falling. I want to start playing around with the sequences for the opening and closing to give people something to enjoy. So ship model, graphic designers, 2D and 3D animators. I think that also folds back into some of the other stuff that we've got planned. I just relaunched today, or last night rather, a preview of Stargate Auction Diary with footage from the Stargate being taken apart from Bridge Studios. We were there for that for a week. And
That was
also,
amazing.
it was really cool. I saw the gear that turned the damn thing for the first time.
Never
That was
seen anything like
custom
that.
built for the show. Richard Hugh Dolan, designed Stage 5 so that ring could get through the doors diagonally. And on top of that, I'm also creating the definitive Stargate timeline to catch people up. This has been in the works for almost 2 years now.
Yeah, years.
I want some of the cast to contribute. Gildert Jackson, who does fireside reading over at YouTube. He reads classic stories with that amazing voice of his. He played Janice.
Stargate fans know him as Janice.
And Before I Sleep. So I
Before I
put the first minute and a half of that timeline, which is going to be hundreds and hundreds of entries for you guys to see. And it made sense that Janice would have that information. So he went into his booth, and you can see that there.
That's so amazing.
That's just stuff that we're
I'm
going to
really excited about that project.
It's cool. I was surprised at how many people were saying, we want more of this. It's like, it's just going to be slides. And a few months ago, I was like, okay, how granular do you want to make this? If we do this, do you also want me to go through and say, Eli was born in 1983, Matthew Scott was born in 1981.
Right,
yeah. And everyone was
Video
like,
could be
all of
11
it.
hours
Do it all
long.
of it. I'm like, okay, if that's what you guys want, in a huge way. And then also on top of that, my moderators, I love you. You're awesome. You're going to need some help, guys. It's about to, damn. So I do need some moderators as well who are willing to come in and rotate, who are willing to have fun. The community that we have built and that, Darren, that you are going to start to build is so much fun. They enjoy being together. It's almost like that it's all coming around a show that's makes you feel good inside and sends out positive vibes rather than makes you want to, crack your neighbor's skull with a guitar.
I don't know what that's a reference to, but okay.
It's getting weird out there. So I think it's more important than ever that we have places like this where we can get together and share ideas and talk about the things that we love. I live in Nashville. That's probably where that came from. And we're on a journey that's going to go places.
So, guys, if you're interested in joining the GateWorld team, email webmaster@gateworld.net or go to gateworld.net/contribute. If you're interested in joining the Dial the Gate team, email dialthegateshow@gmail.com.
Thank you.
Did I get that right?
You did indeed. Yeah.
Back to the chat. We've got $10 from William Aaron 7138. Thank you, William. William says, will this new production center on renewing the original SG-1 series, or will all three Stargate franchises, I think you mean all three Stargate series, be included or at least referred to? And then I have, let's see, $20 from Buffalo 9393. Thank you. Buffalo 9393 says, this is genuinely the best news I've heard in so long. The fact that they're bringing it back right and the original creators are on board. So excited to see the gate open again. I could cry. I grew up on Stargate. Thank you.
100%.
And one more. Music Alcure, $10. Thank you guys for keeping it going.
You're welcome.
It's been our pleasure. It's been our joy to cover this
Yeah. I'll
franchise.
do it for free.
In and out for so many years.
Gladly.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Jeremy Heiner, do you foresee any future involvement between you and Darren in the upcoming show? I have no idea what's going to happen next. Darren he writes news. He looks forward. I look backward at it as an archive, and we meet in the middle. So if they were to offer me something, yeah, where's my plane ticket? I'll go on foot.
We had the joy of visiting the set for annually.
God, what a privilege!
For several years, and I think the idea has already been floated, depending on where they end up shooting this, that we might have a chance to visit a set. And again, talk to as many people as we can for you guys, shoot as much stuff as we can for you guys, and just bring it straight back to our channels to show everybody.
Yeah. Jake Drake 3660. Do you think they'll make physical gates or possibly even use the fan gates that's set up somewhere in France right now? Oh, the EMG, Los Enfants of I butchered that.
Yeah,
Children of MacGyver. This thing should I show it? Dude, this thing, oh my God. So Stargate, Dial the Gate, episode 250. We showed them creating this thing, and it's not going to load for me, is it? Let me pull this up here real quick. This is, come on guys, your website broke on me. You had one job. They have recreated painstakingly the SG-1 Milky Way Stargate from almost nothing. It's an international project, there we go, based in Switzerland, and it's extraordinary. It does everything but spin, which is too bad because spinning is so much cooler than not spinning. But the fact of the matter is that it's real, and now they have a puddle for it. And so I had the guys on for the 250th episode who created it, who sat there and talked with us about making this thing for fans, and it's absolutely perfect. So I will go to episode 250, and you can click on the chapter icons there. Yeah,
Replica
and
Stargate.
It's one scale. It's extraordinary. It's even made with turkey trays on the inside to reflect the lights, I think, under the chevrons, which is the same thing that they used on the show. And there's a video in there that's 5, 6, 7 minutes long that shows how they did it. And so all the chapters, like I said before, are broken down so you can jump to that point and watch it. Quinton, Ian, it's extraordinary work. These guys, they spent thousands to make this thing. They're true fans. And I really hope that Amazon finds a way to recognize them for this thing, because they are like us. They believed that this show could come back, and it still meant something to people. They saw it as more than a doorway to other places. They saw it as a doorway to the mind. So
keep it coming, guys. Flag us if you have questions. We also have a document that we haven't gotten to yet with a bunch of things that we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
I haven't even opened it yet.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on.
Can I address this real quick? Someone asked me a personal question. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Indie Jojo Foe, David. Brother, first off, you're looking great. How much weight have you lost, and what is your secret?
Looking
Someone
trim.
noticed.
Right? My boy is looking tight.
I've lost 100 pounds since February. And it is not Ozempic. It is 5Ks every other day and lots of starving. So
wow. Eat less, exercise more.
That's it. Who knew? Diet and exercise. So it's almost as if this is a gift for reaching my own 200. So yeah.
You look great. And I'm still publishing Dial the Gate clips from earlier in the year. So right. you can tell in just that short span of a month.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. There's less of me every time. Yeah. All right. What else do we have to talk about here, man?
Let me catch up on super chats here. People have some comments and questions for us. Whoops. YouTube will cooperate. Did we do music Alcure $10 yet? Thank you guys for keeping it going. And come on, click. I'm scrolling past somebody. Zombie Dude 25 gave us $20. Darren and David, thank you for everything you do and have done to keep this alive.
Absolutely.
That's incredible. Thank you. Thank you, friend.
Erushian with
Jeremy S. Heiner, $20. Thank you. Thanks to you and David for keeping the light on for the last 20 plus years. I was too young to be part of the community when SG1 was first released, but I am ready and able to be part as an adult.
the number of people here who grew up on this show. Your kids have seen it now. You and
Yeah.
they watched it correctly. Erushian with Dean Devlin being involved. Does it mean that there will be a movie as well as a series? I thought he was only interested in movies and not TV shows. He's interested enough, apparently, to be an executive producer on Martin Garrow's project. So they're cooking something in
Roland?
the oven.
Yeah. So Dean is doing TV now. The question was about Roland.
The question was about Dean.
Yeah. So Dean is doing TV now. So his production company did Leverage, and they did The Outpost, and now they're doing The Ark with SG1's Jonathan Glassner.
That's right. Another
Dean has
Stargate
plenty
connection.
of TV experience.
That's it. The Perry S. Any news regarding Peter DeLuise's involvement? Peter may have found out the same time that you guys did. A lot of folks it was that way. Arne der Gerard. Okay, let me see here. Tommy Valentine. What are some of your wants for a new show? I want something new. I want something original, and I want them to feather in elements from the past. That's what I want, because I trust the people who came before to do it again, because Martin's been batting 1,000. So should we go through what it is that we've got to wrap things up in terms of there's so many talking points that we have not spoken of.
Yeah, let's go through our talking
points. We've been
points
going
and
now
see where
for an
we're
hour
at
and a
here.
half.
Because we have more stuff to cover. Zombie Dude 25 gave us $20, and then I think $20 again, $40. Keep up the amazing work, Darren and David.
Wow.
Thank you, brother. Again, you guys don't have to give us money. We appreciate it so much. We
Yeah.
appreciate the support. You don't have to give us money. Just at GateWorld or at Dial the Gate in chat to flag a message for us. So what's in our document that we haven't touched on?
Why
yet?
now?
Why now? Yeah.
Yeah. There was this little pandemic that caused problems.
There was a pandemic.
There were some strikes.
There was a writer's strike.
Yeah.
And we've kind of covered that on the channels over the last
Yes.
5 years. These things were, Stargate was kind of teed up and then there was a delay, and teed up and then COVID, and then teed up again, and maybe this is going to move forward, and MGM decides to sell the company.
That's right.
Sell the company, and you have to wait and see what the buyer wants to do.
Mm-hmm. These things take
So why
years.
the delay? Yeah, there's lots of good production reasons. And then I was also really interested to hear Martin tell us that he's been working on this for 18 months to 2 years, that he's been developing this and pitching it.
And no one knew.
And no one knew.
It
We
was a
were
blind
over
spot.
here on YouTube complaining about how Amazon was not doing
Oh
anything.
man, yeah, fans are not
Meanwhile-
going to be happy. Amazon with what Amazon's pushing out. You know what? Wrong. Absolutely. Yeah, and Amazon's pleased with the viewership numbers. That's one of the things that they told him. You know, people are watching the show. So,
Yeah, Stargate streaming on
That's
Prime
it.
Video. All the
That's
old
it.
shows, new viewers, people are binging it.
familiar faces that we'd love to see. Yeah.
And we knew they were
conclusions.
taking pitches. They were taking multiple
Yes.
pitches from multiple sources.
Michael
over
Greenberg pitched.
presumably a few
So,
rounds.
Yeah. That's right.
We don't know where it's going to film yet. It would be great if it was in Vancouver, because again, there would be that access to all those familiar faces from Stargate in front of the camera and also behind the camera. David, you've spent 5 years documenting production history
Yeah.
and interviewing a lot of the folks behind the camera. How wonderful would it be to get them back on a Stargate show behind the scenes?
There's
All
so
that
many
institutional
great
memory.
people involved in this thing. I just can't tell you. So many of these wonderful faces, but many of them behind the camera who've been so brave to come on and you know, swinging the wind out there with me on a live stream that you can't keep on because of something, you know, here and there. It's really been wonderful. One of the things that we haven't really addressed is what territory is left to explore in a franchise where you've done 354 stories. What territory will simultaneously, on top of that, entice new viewers? Our world is a different place technologically, socially, how we communicate with each other. Jacob and Anthony, they sent me this. And of course, it's being slow as a
While you're pulling
sloth
that
in
up,
a
let me just say
DMV.
about Earth, about the current state of Earth.
Yeah.
Martin's language, Martin Garrow, the language that he's used to describe the show is it's its own unique thing, its own chapter in the Stargate franchise. And so my speculation wheels start spinning in my head, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe its own unique thing means it might be somehow separated spatially, right? It might be in a
Partitioned.
different location,
Yeah.
like Atlantis is in a different galaxy.
Yeah.
We might not see much of Earth if the show is not set on Earth.
Yeah.
We don't know that it will be. But then, we went through the video announcement that Prime Video put out this morning that folks can watch on GateWorld. And Martin talks specifically about what he loves about Stargate towards the end of that video. And he talks about how he loves part of the Stargate conceit is that it's the here and now, it's the present day, it's us, and it's Earth. So there's that familiarity. And then we go out and have these crazy adventures through the gate.
That's it.
The fact that Martin's talking about that, now I'm rethinking my speculation, and we might get a show that's set on Earth. We might see a modern day Stargate command or some sort of, international space terminal.
Yeah, that will answer one thing or the other. Yeah, the J.R. Reed Space Terminal from 2010 was just extraordinary. It's a casino now when all the walls have been blocked off, so the glass on the outside. I would place it there if that thing were open, or recreate that. But our society has changed in so many ways, and I think that is really exemplified by this. This is Eli with the original iPhone. And you can see it in a couple of episodes in season 1 where he's playing with it. And that was really, I think, few would argue, a huge change in our society. And that's how long it's been. I use that as a measuring stick to suggest that we've come such a long way that there are so much more adventures that can be told that can be the opposite of Black Mirror. As much as I love it, I think that it's time for more... not strictly just positive, but thoughtful and uplifting Stargate that can happen, science fiction that can happen, and these guys are going to be the guys to do it.
Over on GateWorld, Marks Manaz, sorry if I'm butchering your name, Marks Manaz, $20 super chat. Just came in, not sure if it was asked. How many episodes per season? 6 episodes per season won't fly. Need old school 20 plus episodes. Can't wait to see what happened to Destiny. So let's recap this. Let's recap the news for people who have come in while we've been talking. But we don't know the episode count. We're speculating that it'll be a lower episode count, like a modern day prestige streaming series. Hopefully more than 6, but I would guess maybe 10 seems to be the most common for these streamers these days. But yeah, the news this morning is that Prime Video has announced they're doing a new Stargate series. It's official. It's been greenlit. There is a pilot script. And Martin Garrow from Stargate Atlantis is going to be the creator and showrunner.
Whoop, whoop. The thing that I really want to know is, are the actors going to be in a different decade of their lives when it finishes? I don't like a new season every 3 years. And that just may be the reality of the situation now. That may just be how
production
contracts are
cycle
written.
takes
Give
so long.
us something every, try to give us something every year. We've gone from 40 episodes every 365 days to 10 episodes, almost two and a half times that long.
2.5 years.
I don't know why things are that slow. Computer horsepower has certainly improved, but it just may be the way that contracts are written. So I hope that that's not the case. But if that's just the world that we live in now, that's just it. Can I pivot?
Paramount Plus knows that they can have my money as long as they have a Star Trek show on the air. And as soon as Star Trek is gone, I unsubscribe.
Yeah.
So
That's a great point.
whether that is more frequent seasons
Yeah.
or more episodes in a season or more than one show in production at the same time, Paramount Plus knows that if they want my money, they need to give me something new in Star Trek.
Does
period.
that mean that I want a new Star Trek on 52
Talk
weeks?
into your mic.
Sorry. Does that mean that I want a new Star Trek on 52 weeks a year? No. I think we've seen what the result of that is. Some people love it, and some people don't. And I think that there is room for the argument that it's okay to let something lay fallow for a little while for those ideas to pop, properly, and have them not be stale and have them not be unpopped, because some of them certainly are. I want to bring up podcasts, if I may, because someone actually already addressed podcasts and I didn't do that. One of the things that Darren and I have decided when we went into this is to broaden the tent. We were picked not because of what we've done, but because of what we represent. We are representatives of a larger fandom. And that is very, very obvious to us. What we're doing with this episode is to demonstrate that we have the ability, the technology now, to bring in additional voices and additional platforms. And there are other folks who have already established Stargate platforms, and I want to show a fair of them off to you now. The first one is actually Dial the Gate's first spin-off show, and this one is my pride and joy. It is... Whoops, you guys ready? Guys?
Yeah, okay, great.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Let me see here. Okay. There it is. It is Wormhole Extremists. And this was the spin-off show that I created for Dial the Gate. It is a Stargate rewatch channel. It is live. We play Guess the Episode like that. But we have you pull up Amazon or your DVDs, and then you share with us the episode on your end, and then we go through and watch it live with you. And then afterwards, we rate it, we tally it together, and we talk about the themes from the show. And so my co-hosts, Nicola Rodriguez-Galdo and Evie Cahill, they're based in London and in Perth, respectively. And we go through pretty much every weekend. We sometimes take weekends off, obviously, because we're going to have to take 6 years to do this, and do 2 shows. We're now in SG1 Season 8, the early half, and SGA Season 1. So there's a whole back catalog in there. So look up Wormhole Extremists. That information will be in the description below. Additionally to that, we have some other podcasts that I want to bring your attention to. This is the Stargate Fandom Podcast. And these folks are an absolute hoot. This is... let me pull this
Emily
up
and Alyssa.
Emily and Alyssa, that's right. And they are in Europe going to school for music. They are incredible musicians. And these two take you through different aspects of the show. I'm sorry, I did a thing with them in my car. I've created a separate episode to share a lot of these stories from a lot of these podcasts over the next few months here. And I reached out to a lot of these folks, and they had no idea what I was doing, but I was going to be sharing them on this show here. So they are really great, and you can check them out at Stargate Fandom Podcast. I'll have links for all these people below when I actually catch up. In addition to that,
Stargate Fandom Podcast, and then also go to GateWorld, and just over the weekend, I published an interview with these guys. This is 2/3 of the composing team for the Ascended Sound original music inspired by Stargate that they composed and had a string orchestra perform. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, and they were inspired by Joel's music. And I'm just going to insert right here. Go check out GateWorld for that article. I'm going to insert right here. Amazon, if you're listening, please give us Joel's music. If I could buy any one thing, if I could do any one thing at Amazon, it would be to inhale all of it and get you guys, the fans, the tracks that you want.
And especially an SGU soundtrack.
An SGU soundtrack.
Amazon,
oh my God. Air Part 3, when Scott's woken up by the Dust Devil, and he's got this pool of water in his face, and Joel comes over. I'm getting goosebumps to myself, and Eli's holding the door open. Darkness and lights when Darkness and Light when the shuttle takes off, and Gauntlet at the end. We want to support Joel's legacy. He deserves that. And his student, Neil Acree, is still putting out great music. I would be more than happy to do that, but I just need access to it. And it's something that fans, I think, really want and deserve at this point, because Joel was never given enough attention for what he did. The folks at the studio were always game to promote him, but I was always disappointed that there weren't other Stargate interviews with him, and I lost the chance to talk with him about SGU. So it would be wonderful, please, Amazon, if you can do that, and I will do it for free. I will be happy to go through, and I know all of this stuff, so please. Yeah, so the Stargate Fandom podcast, those two are great. On top of that, Stargate Files. So this is a great group of guys. Only one of them was on screen, though. They have probably the largest reach out of any. Jeff and Skeeter. They are currently going through the show a little bit earlier on right now. So they're a little bit behind. And they may actually be a more ideal one to grow with, because they're part of a larger, I think, network, aren't they? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they've got multiple
Sons and
shows,
Shadows.
multiple projects that they cover, not just Stargate, but Stargate Files podcast. They're doing a rewatch. They watch 2 episodes every week and then hop on Thursday evenings to talk about them. And they're headed towards the end of SG1 season 4 right now.
Okay, that's fair. That's right. And then the last one that I want to bring to your attention is Stargate SG1 for the first time. And this one is rather unique, because you have a couple guys here, Brent Allen and Jeff Aiken. And Brent knows the show, and Jeff doesn't. They are at the end of
format.
season 8 now. It's not the first time I've seen it done, but they're the ones who are doing it for Stargate. No, they're at the end of season 7. They just saw Terrell.
Talking to your mic.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'll figure this out. They're at the end of SG1 season 7, and how Brent has managed to keep Jeff isolated, I don't know, but they're serious. Like, I went on there and they were like, now, if you reveal something, you're really going to piss us off. And I was like, I'm not doing that. So if you want to go through and watch these two, where you've got a Stargate expert and a Stargate virgin,
unsullied,
that's a cool idea.
I love that format.
After all of this, go to the description below in the Dial the Gate live stream feed and check out these links. And thanks to all of them who responded to me and went out of their way to provide us with time. You're going to be seeing them later on in the Dial the Gate season. We're going to talk to each of them more individually in a specific episode, Stargate podcast from around the web.
Very good.
We need to expand this tent and bring people on board, especially the ones who, before the announcement, were really pushing every way that they could to show how much love and support this show still has.
And
so
Jeff from
guys.
Sons and Shadows cast is in GateWorld's chat right now.
Hey!
Hey, Jeff. Rising tide lifts all boats. So GateWorld and Dial the Gate kind of have this prominence in fandom right now, but we are looking for ways to share the love.
Yep.
To feature your podcast, feature your Stargate projects, to feature your art if you're an artist or a cosplayer. If David hasn't thought of it yet, he will soon. And we want to feature your stuff on gateworld.net as well.
Yep. And we have 3 slots. So Darren and I are taking up 2. And so when we do future stuff, we're more than happy in bringing other people in, because this is not just about us. We're not. These aren't our. We're not kings of these particular hills. Stargate. We don't own the show. It's everyone's, and you're gonna see more of that. So
I've got a couple more super chats over on GateWorld. SGC Smith gave $20 and says, GateWorld, long time no see. I'm glad Stargate is back. Can't wait. I hope Amazon will also release the show on Blu-ray to add to my existing collection. I need to rewatch Stargate now. Gary's Mod, SGC Clan represent.
That's right. Juice Bowl, do we know more details about how important rewatches of SG were for the show's renewal? Martin said that Amazon was very happy. And I think that it's a no-brainer that it was crucial to getting the show picked up.
I think so.
because you guys have done so marvelous in supporting a show that has been essentially inert for 14 years. It's a slow burning candle. It's not been extremely bright, but it has not burned out. It has been steady. And you guys who have discovered it since and watched it and have gone back to watch it, every one of those has made a difference. So thank you.
Yeah, engagement online is important.
Yes.
Fan activity is important. Social media is important. But I think the most important metric, if I had to guess, for Amazon is their streaming numbers. How many people are watching the show right now? And it was the same thing for Sci-Fi Channel, 20 plus years ago. They got the off-network rerun rights to older SG-1, and they started airing them Monday through Fridays, and they got really good numbers, right? SG-1 at 5 o'clock in the afternoon was outperforming their primetime shows. That was a big factor in getting the show renewed for a season 6 and moved over to Sci-Fi Channel. And then Sci-Fi discovered that when new episodes were airing on Fridays, the reruns also did better. So I think Amazon's probably in the same position. They're looking at their Stargate streaming data all the time. And the better that those classic episodes perform, the more likely they are to continue to invest in the franchise.
Absolutely. Yep.
William Aaron 7138 $5. Thank you, William.
Hello, sir.
William says the world that would include a Stargate has to be better led and more hopeful than our present world has become. David, you spoke to this earlier. Just the fact that we need a little hope, we need a little optimism in the world. We need some entertainment that is going to bring us together and not tear us apart.
That's exactly right. We need this, and I think it's time. There have been a couple of comments that I've seen talking about our props that are behind us. Most, if not everything that's here, there are a couple of props. Most, if not everything that's here, or most of what's here now is behind me is made by fans. This USS Hamrand is hundreds and hundreds of pieces of styrene that was made. It's a work of art, and you can go back and through the show. Actually, the first episode, 001, we show it. So many of the pieces here are made by a gentleman named Martin McLean, and his website is gatebuilder.tech. I'm sorry, Martin, but I'm not sorry. You deserve all of the attention that you're about to get. So he is a friend of ours. He is an engineer. He is enthusiastic about the show. This guy
here's that DHD.
Accurate. Can you show it, Darren?
Yep, here it is in person.
Look at that.
That's Martin's DHD.
But look at the paint job. Can you please go in closer to the glyphs? Please and thank you. Oh, look at that. Oh, dude, I want your camera, please, God. The painstaking detail. Un momento, por favor. Let me go grab it. Okay. This is.
So if you want to see a full showcase of Martin's work, we did a live stream with him a couple of weeks ago. Go check that out in the live archive on GateWorld. But Martin did most of what's behind me that is not officially licensed. So Martin did the Nakoda generator.
Yeah.
He did the DHD, which we'll put back right here.
And look at this.
He did the Atlantis Stargate stand and the puddle that's in the gate.
He's creating stands for the official merchandise that Master Replicas has put out. They're just. Do you want to show him the Atlantis stand while you're at it? While I show this off, please.
Yeah, the gate stand.
Yes, please. Thank you. This is one of the original DHD glyphs. I don't know who originally got it, but it found its way to me. Someone offered it to me and was more than happy to have it be a part of the show. The pattern here on the paint is just extraordinarily done, and Martin went and he replicated that, and his work is just extraordinary. So, and his files are available to people for free. He does custom orders. He went and built a 3D printed Stargate that lights up. And what this guy can do with paint is
and his
absolutely,
DHD dial.
Yes, absolutely, is just extraordinary. I cannot give him enough praise. So he's made things that go with a lot of existing stuff. I asked him to create the touchstone because I always thought that it was awesome. And he's made blueprints, and the stuff that you can do with what he's created. If you're a 3D modeler or a 3D printer person, you can go to gatebuilder.tech and get to work. So did you go grab it?
Yeah, where's the comment I just saw?
Oh.
I want to make sure that we're also highlighting questions from people who did not give us super chat money.
Yeah.
So Morris QPR asks us, do you think they will tie up loose ends from SGU or SGA at some point? And here's Martin's.
Wow.
Well, you think about that question.
And apparently it says something. So could you put it face on or straight forward there? So the ancient language is font substitution. So if you go and look at a lot of the stuff on the show, for instance, the ancient staircase is a poem welcoming travelers, weary travelers from other worlds. And Martin says that says something, and I have not taken the time or energy to figure out what it says. And guys, go nuts. So look for the ancient alphabet online, and there is a font replacement formula for that. I'm very interested to know what that says. But
I thought he told me that it doesn't say anything.
Oh,
but
he did.
He
says there's something hidden in there. I wouldn't be surprised. But those are things that you can get to augment your collection of official merchandise. And that's, I think, great, where fandom is rising up to meet the content that folks are finally beginning to produce. Master Replicas has been amazing. I have been a fan, I've got to give them a shout out, of Master Replicas since the Star Wars lightsabers. And I've got 3 of them downstairs. And their props are unparalleled. Yes, I am, thank you. Please have Stargate up. Go and check them out at masterreplicas.com. They have created beautiful works of art that you can buy at very reasonable prices. And they've got Destiny on the way. They have a gold pyramid. I'm not sure why it's not showing, but there it is. This is Ra's pyramid from the film. This is a gorgeous model, and Ben has promised to send me one. The work that they're creating is unparalleled, and there are some really cool things in development that I've been sworn to secrecy about that are just going to be extraordinary. So Master Replicas,
there's
it
cool
couldn't
stuff
have gone to a better company. The IP to do
we're getting
licensed.
Destiny and Destiny Stargate.
Yes, the Destiny Stargate. That's
Coming
exactly
soon.
right. These gates are meticulously crafted. They've done a great job making them. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Here we go. Check this out. Look at the detail.
Yeah, the little copper touches around the gate are just
Exactly,
amazing.
and they're
wait to hold
correct.
this.
Yep, that's exactly how it is. The Atlantis Stargate is accurate. I'm really hoping that they're going to redo the SG-1 gate. Its thickness is a little different, but what they did was they looked at the changes and where the changes needed to be made, and they made them in the Atlantis gate. So
They got the Atlantis gate exactly right.
it's exactly right. So, whoops, sorry guys.
So back to Morris's question, are they going to pick up pieces, plot threads from SGU or SGA?
Throw it all away. No, I'm kidding.
I think so. The show I suspect is, again, because Martin has his own story to tell, and it's got to be a point of entry for new viewers. I'm going to be on the lookout for dialogue hints, just little hints of, maybe somebody's going to mention Eli Wallace, and that's just we're gonna know that, like, Eli is alive.
He's lost a few pounds.
But I don't know that we're going to see him or have any story points that explore, like, what happened to the Destiny crew.
Did it come back?
Atlantis going back to Pegasus. What's the status of the fight with the Wraith?
Mm-hmm.
I think there'll be kind of hints of it in some dialogue.
You're going to
for
have
fans who are aware of that.
Yeah.
But those stories are still have to be told. And
That's right.
as you said, those can be done in other formats in the future. We could get a one-off movie.
Exactly.
We could get a miniseries. We could get an animated movie. I wouldn't say no to an animated version of the Stargate Extinction, script, which was the follow-up for Stargate Atlantis.
Martin and I had a brief conversation the other day, and I don't think I'm telling tales out of
Telling
school.
tales out of
Thank you. By sharing this, he's been watching. I've been trying to get on the show forever, and he wouldn't do it. And it really hurt my feelings that my birthday buddy wouldn't do the show with me because, he's a wealth of knowledge and information, and now I understand. But one of the things that he said was he's been watching, and he's been listening to what we've been saying, and he's been watching fandom. And one of the things that he did tell me, and I think it's okay to say, is that some of the stuff that we thought has happened, we're right about. I would imagine it's very little, but that only makes sense because, if you're shooting quivers into a target in the dark, quiver after quiver, you may hit the target, but you don't deserve to. So the fact of the matter is that we've pitched a lot of ideas over the course of several years here, and sooner or later, one of those is going to have to be something that they're probably going to do because there's only so many possible permutations that would make sense based on what's came before.
Yeah, I think there will be hints to those story elements, but they're not going to be the focus of the show.
And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Not for this one. Yeah. This one, I want
not
something new for this one.
Something maybe in the future.
Yeah.
John Yulden in GateWorld chat gave us £9.99. Great show, guys. We do a Stargate SG-1 watch party on Sundays on...
Where is it?
Is it Sci-Fi Chronicles or Sci-Fin Chronicles? I don't know if you mistyped that.
I don't know how to spell that.
Let's call it Sci-Fi Chronicles 79. Currently watching season 3. You're welcome to join us. The replicators are not far away.
They are not. Yeah, and don't put two of them together. They have a tendency to make more of themselves.
Yeah.
Sci-Fi Chronicles. Is it on YouTube?
Is it on YouTube, John? Sci-Fi and Chronicles.
I got it right here.
We're gonna find it. There it is. It is Sci-Fi Chronicles
79. Oh, very cool. I like their artwork. See, these are the reasons that I need people to do and because I'm not good at that. Let's have a look at them here.
Lots of rewatches happening on YouTube and in the audio podcast space.
Yeah.
There's so much going on.
Look at this. Watch parties. See, there is so much Stargate content that's been banked. And there's all kinds of people that you can go and meet up with and talk with online. Oh, I love their setup. Okay, John, Brian, Gary, great job, guys. Yes, thank you. You are, as George Costanza would say, I am aware of you. All right, that's
very
awesome.
Cool. We're gonna check it out.
Yeah. Fan questions from here. Let me see here.
Nimity327 asks or says, maybe we'll finally get the story behind the Furlings. That will never die. Who are the Furlings? Where are they right now? That question will never die. Sorry, Rob Cooper. We're going to keep asking.
The poor guy. Yeah, absolutely. I think that they flew. I think they had wings.
I think they came and went. They were part of the Alliance, and now they're in another galaxy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, very cool. Juice Bowl, do we know more details of how important rewatches of Oh, guys, yeah, I've already took care of that, guys. You have one job. Will we get Andrew Charles' illustration? Do you think we'll get a new gate for this show? That's the thing. If you're going to not F around with existing canon, if certain rules do apply, if it was destroyed, do we have enough technology now to make our own? I don't think so, but certain things like that are going to have to be answered because logistically there can only be one gate in a solar system. That's just how these things are designed. And where is that gate going to be? It's going to define how Martin's story is told. In addition to the characters coming back and some of these story beats, the other one that we haven't talked about is, and I think it's a really big one they're going to have to address because it is a capsule of our greatest ally. Where is the Odyssey? Like, what's happened to her? Like, within her is the collective memory of the Asgard. Did they find a way to communicate with the Vanir, the evil Asgard in the Pegasus galaxy, and manage to find a way to help them, convince them to bring their brothers back so that the Vanir and Aesir, the Asgard, could ascend together again? I really hope that the Roswell Greys are not out of the picture and that they continue to pursue that thread that was laid down. So that's a big one for me, a big one.
Yeah, those pieces that were seeded, right?
It's a
Atlantis
great
was not meant
story.
to end with season 5.
Uh-uh.
There was every intention to do more with the Pegasus Asgard.
Yeah.
There was every intention to maybe bring back the parallel universe villains
Yes,
from
they did it in the comics.
the Daedalus variations.
That's right. But the broader implication of the Odyssey is probably one of the bigger things that they're going to have to address, because we've advanced technologically so far over those 10 years of SG-1 and Atlantis and Universe. The Odyssey was so powerful. It had Asgard beam weapons, for crying out loud. This ship was indestructible. You're going to have to find a way to have the next challenge that Garrow's script is going to have to rise to that power, or you're going to have to hobble our technology in some way where the Odyssey is out of the picture. It may have something to do with the Asgard. Like, okay, we can't use that ship anymore. We've mothballed it because its power reserves are such a way that we can't replenish it, and we want to keep the Asgard core preserved for the future. He can park these things in whatever spaces that he wants, and then get into another car, drive it into the street.
Yeah,
And we
you
can
just
go
need the
for a
right-
ride with him.
The right story idea to
and-
park it.
Exactly, and we can come back to it later when we've got the stuff that we want, and come and get more. So I think patience is a virtue.
Scoopy Joe, I love you, brother. I live in Vancouver and hereby volunteer to snoop on production sets if they film here.
Oh, no, don't do that.
When they shoot in public, John Yule and another £1.99. More evil Asgard, perhaps? Bring back the Asgard.
Yes, 100%.
So iconic to Stargate. They're
That
so
banner
iconic.
was so cool. That was a great idea.
Seems like it's only a matter of time.
Darren and I are
I don't know if
going.
it's a season 1 idea, but
Scoopy Joe, was it? He brought up an idea that I forgot to add to mine.
okay.
I'm planning on doing more. This may be a pipe dream because I don't have money. I want to go to the cities, particularly Vancouver, but also Toronto and LA, and start to shoot in-person conversations with the cast and crew. We have scheduled this fall a trip to Vancouver where me and Darren, your son, and a couple of others are going to go to Vancouver. We're going to sit down with Tom Macbeth and Garwin Sanford. We're going to sit down with Jacqueline Samuda, and we're going to have them talk with each other. And we're going to step back. We're going to wind up and let them go.
This is such a great idea.
Characters, talk about their careers, how their fields have evolved, and just listen to them for 90 minutes. Share stories back and forth about their lives. People whom we've had on Dial the Gate, we've mined the Stargate content with them, and I want to have them back. Tom is still in. We need to bring Perry back. This is what we need to do. We need to get him off that planet. Tom, I talk with him every once in a while, and he'll sit there. He was the one that made me figure this out, that we have to do this. He was telling me all these stories about all of the work that he's done, and he's so creative. And it's like the recording guy in me is like, we've got to tape this. And so I reached out to Garwin, and Garwin said, I'm in. And so Michael Greenberg, God bless you, Michael. I don't know what I deserved to have you in my corner, man. He's trying to help me get some places in Vancouver where we can actually go and film. I don't really have camera equipment. I've got a couple of people who are going to do it. I can't afford $1,000 a day for a cameraman. I need fans who are willing to volunteer, who live near these cities, LA, Toronto, and Vancouver. I want to go and start getting more on-the-ground footage in higher definition, because sometimes these live streams just suck, and get some more interesting stories. We have already a promise from, you know what? Let me dovetail that into this. Do you want to talk about your upcoming slate of episodes, or should I, and then give it to you?
For the live streams?
Yes.
Yeah, why don't you tell us what you have coming up?
So what we have
we're
coming
headed
up,
towards the end of Dial the Gate season 5, and I think it's worth saying.
I think they've moved the finish line on me, buddy, but yes.
I think it's worth saying because Martin and Brad and Joe came and dropped this on us in November.
Yes.
Dial the Gate season 5 has been extended.
Just a wee bit. Sudden death
because
overtime.
There's more fun to do, but it
let's-
is coming up.
So let's have a look here. So what's going on here, and this is dialthegate.com. so I don't need double branding, is, well, I guess I'm going to have one. It's a very simple page right now. You can go here and see our episode archive for everyone that I've talked with. I dug up an interview with Elizabeth Hoffman. I haven't resurrected her from the dead. It was an extraordinary story a couple of years before she passed. And so these are all of our episodes. And I invite you to go in and make this one of your new long-form listens, because the number of people who have come in to share their stories is just fantastic. But let's go back to my point here. Here on the right side here is our upcoming slate of shows. Wormhole Extremists is down here. Hey, that's where we are right now. Wormhole Extremists is down here. But up here, we're going to have 2 roundtables over the next couple of days. We alluded to this earlier on because
this week
we want to celebrate with you guys. This is for all of
Stargate
us.
Celebration Week.
And there are a few people in our orbit who have helped us along the way. And we want to say, come on and with us and show us how much you love this. Jenny Stiven. Jenny's been writing me. Jenny, it's okay. Jenny has done State of the Gate with us through the entire run of Dial the Gate. And so it only is fitting to have her back, which for what is probably, sorry guys, only going to be one more episode, because now we know the State of the Gate. So we deserve to celebrate with her November the 24th. That's this coming Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific. But this week, tomorrow, November the 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific as well, Stargate Fandom Roundtable, where we're going to have folks come in on Zoom and we're going to rotate through them. Summer and Jeremy, thank you. They have been getting ready. We have made a way to get it work, because I want to keep the newsreel feel of this show where we go back and forth between screens, and I figured out a way to crack it.
Yeah, you and I are gonna be on. We're gonna have other fans come through on the virtual couch and just spend a few minutes talking with us about their reaction to this news.
We have questions to ask them,
and just share it with everybody.
They're a lot of people who are prominent in the community, and I want you to hear from them. And podcasters out there who I showed your reels of earlier. Oh, by the way, you're invited. So because you went out of your way to submit those reels to me, you guys are going to come on first, and we're going to hear your stories this week. But here's the other thing. There's some of you that are more than a group of more than 2. I can only have 2 of each of you. So you guys got to draw straws and then, show up for the other guy and, talk about how amazing he is if you have more than 2.
Just because of your streaming setup, yeah.
That's it, exactly.
So you and I were brainstorming a list of people that we wanted to have on the Fans React live stream, and it quickly got so long that we decided
2 of them.
We got to do more than one of these.
And it makes sense because we're all in different time zones, so that's not fair. Australia, they always get shafted. So we're going to really make that happen. So that's first one.
Let's do a morning live stream. Yeah, let's do a morning live stream on Thursday, and then let's do an afternoon US live stream.
That's right, on Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. So I'm going to start reaching out to you guys as soon as I hang up from you here. And because God knows I'm not going to go to an Uber today. I'm going to work on Stargate. And we're going to reach out to you guys to make this happen. Poor Michael Shanks. Shanks, dude, you are awesome, and you're probably figuring out today why, I texted you last week and moved up your interview by 2 weeks. He's probably like, okay, fine, whatever. And it's like, he's a king. There's a good reason. He was
going to be the big finale.
He was going to be my season finale. And then the season finale just went and erased itself. So Michael is going to be with us this Saturday, November the 22nd at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And this will be his 3rd appearance. You want to talk about a guy who drinks some ginkgo. His memories are amazing. His stories are wonderful, and he's going to share some things that I've been asking for, if he can not move furniture in his storage locker too much out of the way, because I'm asking him to pull some stuff out he's alluded to on the show. Did you know that for the Tournament of Tantalus, Paul McGillion wasn't originally the first hire? Did I tell you this? For Ernest.
For Ernest?
It was Michael. They did tests.
Oh, yeah. You did tell me that. They were going to have Michael play Ernest Littlefield.
And they were like, the audience is going to be too confused. We can't.
Just to make that connection, right? Catherine saw something in him.
That's why she has that line.
But it would have been really confusing.
Exactly. So there are images of him as earnest that he has stored away somewhere. There's the goosebumps again.
That's amazing.
It's really cool to see. Stephen Culp, who played Henry Wallace in Stargate Atlantis, Miller's Crossing. I am a huge fan of him from Enterprise. He's been in JAG. He's been in all kinds of things. Boy, Stephen, are you going to... Welcome to the Dial the Gate, buddy. He's going to be on November the 22nd, which is just after Michael. And then we have Wormhole Extremists live Sunday, Endgame in the Storm. And then when we get to the end of a halfway point through these shows, we do a midweek movie. That's going to be Upgrade, a great sci-fi film. I really hope that you join us. So that's a little plug there for Wormhole Extremists on YouTube. And then State of the Gate with Jenny. Probably our last one, Monday, the 24th of November at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Jenny Stiven is a Hollywood marketing veteran. She's been in it since DOS. Sorry, Jenny, don't kill me. And she is a friend who I owe so much to and is a huge Stargate fan. If anyone deserves to be a part of Stargate's marketing in its new ascent, it's her. And
yeah, we wanted to give
her
her own show.
And she's going to have one last episode. That's right. Because it was like, why don't we do it?
Exactly. Hour with her.
Exactly. So she's going to come on and obviously geek out with us. But also we're going to ask her, okay, you've had a few days to digest this. How did these pieces fit together from your perspective? And what can we expect next? Because she's really good at establishing expectations that she kept us grounded all the way through this thing in terms of COVID, in terms of the strikes. And she always was coming on to clarify. And so she deserves to come on at least one more time, if not to come into some other kind of capacity with us. She's just brilliant. So please be there for that.
I asked Jenny to talk me off the ledge more than once, and she did it.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. We owe her a lot. So.
Okay,
so
before
a few
you go over to
episodes
my
coming
schedule.
up. Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot. And this week is wall to wall, right? You're going to get live streams every day through Saturday. I think we're taking Sunday off. You have a Dial the Gate show on Sunday?
That's right. Yeah. I forgot my whole point. Vancouver. I apologize, guys. We are going to Vancouver, and we are going to film a Masters Effects tour with Alex Zahara, hopefully. The Todd Masters studio. This is all preliminary, but they've initially agreed to it. The effects team, originally led by the late Ray Douglas, his brother, Kirk Douglas, truly, is going to show us how they made some of the practical effects. And I need personnel, particularly with lighting and with high-end cameras. If you are anywhere near Vancouver, LA, Toronto, and want to participate in the stuff that's coming down the pike, I am going to vet you. I'm going to vet you hard. But email me at dialthegateshow@gmail.com because I need the help for this. I don't have the money to generate the quality that we now require for this fandom. Yeah. And then last but not least, the great Rob Fournier, who has been so amazing on this channel with his knowledge. He is going to give us a P90 firearms training and demonstration when we're up there. And then these episodes will be released on later in the year. If you go to Dial the Gate and you click on the shorts, you're going to see me shooting one of the 10 P90s that were done in the show. And my gun etiquette was not the best. I do know how to shoot and didn't do as good as I should have. And Rob is going to take us through a process of the crash course that he gives for an actor who comes in and is going to handle one of these weapons for the first time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So Remington Phillips over at sg1props.com. I'm going to shout him out as well. He has a lot more shooting experience than I do. And we're going to come together and shoot this. The bottom line is I need camera people with 4K cameras and lighting and the ability to shoot on gimbals and be flexible. Email me, dialthegateshow@gmail.com for these 3 cities, Vancouver, LA, Toronto, and let's see if we can make some magic together, because I need your help, and please help me do it. The fandom deserves these stories.
Fans helping fans.
So, yeah. Thank you, Darren. I'm sorry, I was long-winded.
Yeah, well, before you switch over to my schedule, let me catch up on GateWorld's chat. We've got some great questions and super chats from Stargate fans. Aaron Snyder, are we going to get insight or a glimpse to Atlantis now that it's back on Earth, or is that still not in the picture? I don't know that we're gonna see. Again, as I said a minute ago, I think maybe we'll get dialogue references to what's going on with Atlantis, where it is. Did it go back to the Pegasus Galaxy? That sort of thing. I don't expect it to be the focus of the new show. Let's see.
It shouldn't be the focus.
What else is
It
here?
should be Martin's thing. I need to make that my bumper sticker.
Zombie Dude 25 with another $5. David and Darren, can you tell me what your favorite Tari ship is? Mine is the X303.
That one. Yeah. Hammond 05.
The Hammond.
And everyone's like, it should be 06. It's like, no, the Korolev wasn't a U.S. Air Force ship. So,
Oh, interesting.
you can make that argument. I will always love the Hammond because Peter Budnaris designed a hell of a ship. They wanted an aircraft carrier, and they got one. What about you, Darren?
For Earth, for what we've seen on screen, the F302.
Another Peter Budnaris creation.
Yeah,
Bridget McGuire
beautiful
came
ship.
in and said, who wants to
very
design a starfighter? And Peter did. Hang on just a second. There we go. And is that the
Featured
master replicas?
This
or
is
that
Master
Eagle Moss?
Replicas.
Okay.
This is Master Replica's model of the F302. It's one of my favorite of the Eagle Moss Master Replica models.
Is
But
it
you know
plastic,
what?
metal?
It's a combination of plastic and polystone, so it has a little bit of weight to it.
So it's got some heft.
It's got some heft, and it's got like a nice metal paint job to it. It looks really cool.
Stargate merchandise.
This is one of my
that's coming
favorites of what
available
they've
now is
done.
just great.
But yeah, speaking of Martin's new show, I mean, it's been how many years since the Daedalus rolled off the assembly line? I would like to see some new ships, new ship designs like our buddy Ryan has done with his fan
RJB
art.
Malachor. Let's pull him up.
Malachor
RJB,
has
right?
done some amazing Stargate fan art looking at how the Earth fleet might have evolved over the decades.
Check this guy out.
Some
He
incredible work.
has done it. And he has gone in and he has a design philosophy for all of these ships. He's not just throwing stuff together. He has looked into the design that they created and built out from it. So over at DeviantArt, you can find him at Malachor, Mallacore. I'll link to the description for him below. He's just brilliant. No, thank you. All right. And yeah.
Yeah. Juice Bowl with 25 Canadian dollars.
Man, Darren, you are cleaning up.
Thanks for answering my first question. Also, what do you know about newer audiences and younger people picking up the show? What do
You
we
can
know?
speak to that.
Well, yeah, I've got younger people in my house.
Did they like it?
We watched through all of Stargate, right? Introduced my kids to Stargate. They love it. They're definitely Stargate
good.
fans. They were very excited to
You
hear
never
the
know.
news about the new show.
Oh, good.
Yeah, now we're moving through the sci-fi classics. We spent the summer on B5, and now we're on season 1 of Farscape. So there are new fans, and we presume from Prime Video that they're getting lots of new viewers on streaming as well. And I see it on social media all over the place. I see it on Reddit all the time. People who just discovered Stargate in 2025 for the very first time. And that's exciting for me as part of fandom.
That's it. We're going to have so much to. We're gonna have plenty of. I know it seems like a lot that we've thrown at you guys, and it is. But we're going to have time to decompress, and file all this away. Man, we're going to be getting some major REM sleep tonight. Our file cabinets are going to be open.
Yeah, can you guys imagine that we're just scraping the surface here?
That's the thing.
There's so much more to talk about.
There's so much more to talk about because I said to you last night, I said, can you believe that we're doing this? And it's still not quite real yet. I think it's finally, now that everyone knows, I feel better about it and not having to lie to my staff by omission anymore. That was hard. I was hallucinating.
By omission.
I haven't hallucinated in my dreams by omission since I was a little kid. I called my parents apparently the other night and said that I was seeing things pass between my hands, like Wanda Maximoff and her balls of red whatever. And I was like, dude, this thing has got to get out. And I slept last night for the first time well.
Good.
And
Good.
yeah,
That's what I want to hear. You've been going through the ringer for a long time.
Yeah, but it's for Stargate, so it's worth it.
And it's out now, and it's so great that we get to talk to other fans about this. We get to talk more with Martin and Brad and Joe about this. We don't know, again, to recap for everybody who's just joined us, we don't know the timeline for the new show going into production. We know that they have a pilot script. They haven't decided where they're going to shoot yet. They haven't started casting yet, but Martin Garrow from Stargate Atlantis has created this show and is going to show run it. It's going to be streaming on Prime Video, and it's everything. It's everything I could have asked for.
That's right.
I'm having a hard time coming up with something critical to say, but because it's everything that we asked for. But timeline-wise, we don't know. It's going to be in production next year,
and that's fine by me. We're going to need some time. Thank you, Anthony and Jacob, for the Eli clip. We're going to need some time to assimilate this, and we're going to need to give people a chance to catch up on some of this some of the older Stargate content, to see if it's something that they really want to invest in. New fans who are on the landing page for Prime Video now and are going, I heard about that thing with MacGyver once. Oh yeah, and it's like, yeah, it was a pretty good show. Come and watch it with us.
I've been doing SG1 rapid recap videos.
Yes, so they're great.
I'll do a recap of a season, and I'll try and cram it all into 10 minutes, as close as possible. So they're really rapid fire, and they're a lot of fun to do. I've done 5 seasons so far. I am going to finish the series, but you know what? The whole idea behind the series was newcomers are going to come in, especially after a new show gets announced. They're not going to have seen SG1 yet. Some of them are going to go to Prime Video and they're going to start streaming episode 1 right away. They're going to watch all 214 hours of SG1. Other people are going to go to YouTube and say, what did I miss? So we're going to have all 10 seasons plus the movies for SG1, and then eventually, hopefully, the other series as well. And then I'm going to do a supercut, right? So there's going to be like an hour and a half, 2-hour-long video with all of them together.
Well, at least you'll have a time frame now. It's like when they have a release date, you'll know it. So you'll be able to build forward toward it.
I got to get through this series before it premieres.
Exactly right. I can't wait to see some of the stuff that you're going to make. You have always been able to write like I can't. I can talk this stupid face off, but you're the writer. That is a skill that you have worked to refine. Darren,
we have our own skills.
And I think
you are extremely good at what you do.
I think that's why we complement each other. You have had the
talk into your mic.
Thank you.
Your mic's pointed that way.
Any better?
Pointed.
Yeah, I'm figuring new things around. You could have created so many news articles, so many YouTube pages, and you wouldn't budge. You were like, I could say new Stargate here, new Stargate here, new Stargate here, new Stargate here. And there are some people today who are going to have a bit of egg on their face because I think that there are a few YouTube fans out there who have viewers who have just been scammed. And you are the journalist. We both have degrees in journalism, but you knew to hold the line. And if there isn't a secondary source for this, we're not going to release this. And you, I know, could have used the money for all of those clicks and those thousands and thousands of views that some people got. And
this, it's still worth saying, GateWorld needs to be a trusted name.
That's exactly right. But no one deserved it more than you. Sorry, one more time.
People need to know that when they see it on GateWorld that it's
legit. Yep, exactly right.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But no one deserves this more than you do. And this really was for you. So you,
for all of us.
But you got to be the one to release this to the world. It makes sense that you started this brand, and they have given you a huge gift, and I hope it continues to pay off in dividends, because
Martin and Brad and Joe gave us a huge.
Oh my God!
GateWorld a huge gift. I
They
was
didn't have to.
hoping that I would be able to get a hold of the press release
early,
at the same time,
or at the same time.
The same time as the major news outlets.
Yeah.
I did not expect GateWorld to be able to break this news. GateWorld was first this morning with this news, and also for Martin to include us in the announcement.
Yeah.
Astounding. I never would have hoped for that in a million years.
Not at all. So thanks,
So
guys.
thank you to Martin and those guys. Yeah.
There aren't words. So still processing it. We got to let these people go. They've got to get back to, back down to earth. So the point is,
we've been going for 2.5 hours.
Destiny's been in the void for 14 years, and it's time to hit a new galaxy. And we're going to do it globally together. And back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time.
9 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow on Thursday. We're going to have some other fans on and continue to chat about the big news. If you can't make that one live, Friday afternoon.
That's right.
Why don't you go ahead and pull up my live stream schedule now?
I shall do that.
And I'll just go back to my chat. Intrepid Chimp gave us $5 and said, wanted to recommend the David Hewlett live streams in case people were unaware.
Yes, Dave.
Just found him at random scrolling through lives. Yeah, David Hewlett is streaming science and Stargate and nerddom all the time.
Can we park this for a second and check him out? Nerddom? Yeah. Is it 2 Ds? Nerddom or Nerdum? I don't know. Google it.
No, if you're taking that from me, I'm just making up the word nerddom.
Oh, well, where's David's channel?
What's his channel name these days? Is it D Hewlett? Is it D Geek?
We haven't talked in a while.
Well, Google him. John Yulden with another £4.99. This is like Christmas come early.
Yeah.
You rascals. I can't wait until Sunday for my watch party. Atlantis is going on tonight. Yeah, guys, this is the time. Pick your favorite episode of Stargate and watch it tonight.
D Hewlett.
We are vibing.
Here we go. So, there have been a few actors who have kept the light on like this guy has, and he is McKay, except he's not. Like, he's actually not an a-hole, and he's a wonderful human being. And please give him some love over on YouTube at D Hewlett. And it looks like Canardian.com here, and some other stuff as well. He's doing Tech Bandits, which is kind of like a science show, and it's geared more towards youth. The coolest stuff this guy has been involved in. And please give him a subscription, because you know him, you love him. He's going to make your days full with a lot of cool bits of knowledge. He's talking about leveraging so much of the content that exists now and sharing new technology with fans, like 3D printers, and he makes science fun. And so he's not afraid to go, waist deep, and so, well, let's try this and see what'll happen here. He's played with AI. And I'll put his, Darren, if we can both put his link in the description below as well, because Hewlett needs some props, and he's always kept Stargate front and center in terms of the audience that some of these faces are fantastic. The audiences that he's communicating with the most. So thank you, David, for keeping the light on.
Thank you, David. And he's OG. He was one of the first people I met when I visited the Atlanta set for the first time.
That's right.
And he was just, welcoming and wanted to sit down and have a good tech chat.
Great guy. Yeah. You want me to pull up your slate now?
Yeah. So we've got that scheduled coming.
Alan is an Australian fan, and he was responsible for bringing, along with a team of people, GateCon to us over the years. GateCon is my first and best convention home. And this is all that's on the portal right now, gatecon.com. Please, guys, bring
David,
the best Stargate convention in the world back.
Yeah, take a pause here. Would you double check your audio settings? I'm getting several comments in chat that the audio's out.
They're not hearing, I'm not being heard at all? Oh boy.
No sound, lost audio. Audio is back. Jeff says audio is back. Guys, can you hear us both?
Testing 1, 2. That's very weird. You can hear me, but they can't. How is it now?
Okay. Can you hear David?
It's going to take
They're
about
saying it
a
works now.
few seconds to ripple through. How far do I need to go back?
5 by 5. We didn't hear anything for the last few minutes.
Oh, no!
It's back now.
Okay. Well, you were talking for most of that. Ozgate net. Let me pull it up here. Alan Gowan's webpage as an Aussie, AUSGATE.net. You can go and check him out in his portal here. He's got a lot of cool stuff. He's one of the original creators of GateCon. That's this portal here at gatecon.com. The original Stargate convention and the best and my home convention. No one does it like them. So you can definitely check them out. And I am hoping that they will be back. There is a lot more Stargate convention heading our way, and no one deserves to be a part of it more than GateCon. They really do. Some things that happened to them in the past weren't very fair. Some bigger entities with bigger money came in and cut them out of some things, and it just wasn't right. As much as I love those other conventions, yeah. So.
Okay, so chat is saying that the audio cut out when you went to my schedule and to the Ozgate screen, so maybe we don't have audio set up for those scenes in OBS.
Okay.
So let me just recap.
Yeah. Oh, I see what I did. I triggered in titles down here. Sorry, guys. Apologies for that. I will fix that. I'm sorry. Wasting your time here. I know what happened.
If you have audio on that, the recap is Thursday morning, the live stream with fans is going to be co-streamed on both channels. Friday afternoon, the live stream is going to be co-streamed on both channels. Dial the Gate has more content coming up. I'm going to be on more of those shows on Dial the Gate. But then here on GateWorld, we're doing live stream casual fan hangouts every other Friday. So the second fan roundtable is going to be this week's live fan hangout. And then December 5th, we're going to have Alan Gowan from Ozgate and GateCon. And then on December 19th, we're going to talk with David specifically about Dial the Gate Season 5 as that comes to a close.
Yeah. So plenty of Stargate love is heading your way. I think we've kept them long enough.
All right. You guys got to quit sending super chats so we can let you get out of here.
Jeez,
Bible Crusader
man.
gave $5 and says, is there a place to download the ship model you used? I'd like to build one of the ships in Minecraft. Thanks for keeping Stargate alive.
The ship model that I used, they are not.
I don't know what you would need for Minecraft.
Is he talking about our models at the beginning of Dial the Gate?
I don't know.
Yeah, those are internal, but that doesn't mean that someone can't build them. So I can certainly talk with a few folks who might have that conversation. But yeah, those are proprietary. The other thing that I wanted to bring up, and it's fallen right out of my frond. That was funny. It'll come to me later. But the fact of the matter is that we're back, and there's a lot to do. We've got a big show tomorrow with fans. I need to start sending some emails out to let especially the podcasters who were shown today know that they're going to be involved. Do you have anything else to say, buddy, before we wrap it up?
Come back tomorrow or Friday or both, guys, because we've got a lot more to talk about. There's more about this new show from Martin Garrow to talk about. But we're going to step aside for the next 2 live streams and let other fans have their say. So lots of folks that you've seen on Dial the Gate, on GateWorld, on Wormhole Extremists over the years.
We're going to have lots of friends come through, podcasters, new people that we're just meeting from the Stargate fan community, and give them space over the next 2 days to talk about, brother, there is new Stargate coming.
There is. Brad was so funny. He was like, what? You should know that by now. That was funny.
Yeah. So in the intro video, which you can watch now on GateWorld and on Prime Video on YouTube, so we recorded this thing right after they had told us that it was happening. So Garo makes the announcement in the recording, and like we're not like freaking out like we did the first time we heard it.
Are we supposed to not know about this? Is this supposed to be a front? We're not that good of actors, so.
So Brad gave the shocked reaction.
Yeah, it was great. It was really cute. So
yeah, go watch that. Go watch the announcement video. It's about 7 minutes long. Martin is going to tell you in his own words what his vision is for the show. And then I also have a news video that you can watch right after that on GateWorld's YouTube channel, kind of breaking down what's going on, who's involved, and what they might do. But again, we got so much to talk about.
That's it.
We're going to need months. We're going to need all this production time where they're actually making the show. We're going to need that just to process this and what it might be.
How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. From Marsha Middleton, will the fan roundtables be viewable after they air as well as replays? Always. These will be live, and we will start piecing together things to make that work. So I may have a way of squeezing in a few more people, Darren, if you and I don't have to be on screen at the same time always, if we really want to give fans a voice. One of us like tag team out. So leave the other 3 quadrants available. That just came up to me. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but yeah, let's do that. All right, guys. Anything else on your end, buddy? Scrooge
Thank
McDuff.
you, everybody, for being here.
Yeah,
we're still sitting over 400 viewers, so I think there's energy, there is excitement.
Yeah.
People are as jazzed about this as you and I are. So
Good.
let's keep it rolling. This week is Stargate Fan Celebration Week.
Yeah, 100%. Samuel Cockings is a great 3D artist. My in-house guy, Eagle SG, Matt, he is the one who is responsible for all of our openings, but we gave it to Sam to close it. And we used this for Remembering Don S. Davis, which if you've got 3 hours, I highly recommend, especially if you loved Don. Go and check that one out in the Dial the Gate archive. But this is a reprise for it here. I wanted the Hammond to send us out again and meet a familiar friend. So that's what's going to wrap up the show. Thank you, Sam, again, for making that possible. Darren, anything else you want to say?
Stargate Chris just gave us $5 A. What's A? Australian dollars?
AUD?
A $5. Thank you, Stargate Chris. Glad you're here.
Yeah.
Glad you're part of the Stargate community.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Not everybody can make it on Thursday. If we don't see you tomorrow morning, hopefully we'll see you on Friday afternoon.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
There's more to do, more to talk about.
Yeah, so we're going to be picking some representatives from you. They won't be at random. And there's no way that we can get in everyone who has helped us along this way. I do apologize for that up front. But we're going to see what we can do. And it means things are going to be fast. So please be patient with us.
Yeah.
But it's going to be fun. So
there will be technical difficulties, but it'll be fun.
Oh my God. So many. If you think today was bad, just wait. But we're going to let you go now.
Thank
Darren,
you, David.
Buddy, you are my brother.
Hey, we're back.
Are we going to like Thelma and Louise this thing? So
Gonna drive off the cliff at the end?
I think we've been in midair. I think we're now hitting the ground and we're okay.
It's feeling, free fall. It's been free fall for a few years.
I love you, man.
But everything's coming up Millhouse.
This is terrific. I'm so glad to be with you on this journey. I have been so energized the past several days just working with you as much as I have. Martin said to us before we let them go, it's like all these years hadn't passed in terms of their working relationship with each other, with Brad and Joe, what Martin said. And it's the same with you. To get to cover a franchise here with a person that I trust, who gave me my big break, starting off in the Stargate Omnipedia, which still needs to be completed, by the way. Never gotten over that. Thank you for it. And I can't wait to work with you on whatever comes next in whatever form it might take. I'm ride or die.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. That's what we've got here for you on GateWorld and Dial the Gate. That was our first live stream. Please click the like button on GateWorld and Dial the Gate's live feeds. Subscribe to us if you want to see more. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified this moment a new video gets up. And you'll also get my notifications of any last-minute guest changes. And clips from this show will probably be appearing in different formats over the next few weeks. My tremendous thanks to my moderating team. Darren, can you believe I wasn't about to thank them? My producers who have stood beside me every step of the way. Anthony Rowling, Kevin Weaver, Summer Roy, Bryce Orrs, and Jacob Oleash is now a producer as well. My moderating team, it's a lot of the same folks. Anthony, Jeremy, Kevin, Lockwatcher, Marcia, Raj, and Jacob. I couldn't have made it this far to 370 without you. And God knows where this ends. We have so many more Stargate stories to gather, and we're going to do that together. Thanks tremendously to Matt Eagle S.G. Wilson for his amazing opening sequences, to Samuel for the closing sequences, and Frederick Marcoux over at Concepts Web, who has been so good to me to keep dialthegate.com up and running. And hopefully he's not going to be so overwhelmed by it. It's time to give this girl a new paint job. But check out dialthegate.com, and you can go in and read the transcripts. If you find errors, there's a portal to submit them. So if you were a reader and you don't want to watch the shows that we've done with the cast and crew over video, that's the place to find it. We're building a permanent archive. And one day, Darren and I do want to write a book. And it's just going to be a book probably full of a lot of quotations. So much like Chevron's Locked that came out a couple of years ago. Go to Amazon.com and put it in, Chevron's Locked. Darren, my brain is escaping me. Who wrote that?
Chevron's Locked, Ed Gross.
Ed Gross, thank you. I'm sorry, Ed. I collaborated on this. Let's give him a shout out real quick. Whoops.
Oh, I got one in reach. You want to put me back on?
Here it is. Yes, please. All right. What a great piece of art. It is
beautiful book.
Quotes
hardback
from Brad Wright.
Oral history of Stargate in their own words.
That's right. And it is a great compendium. He ran with it. His 50-year mission is extraordinary. It covers Star Trek. He's done
the 2-volume Star Trek.
It was great. It's an audiobook. That's what I'm wanting to do with Dial the Gate, except much more detail. Make it into a book that strips out all the non-Stargate content and pulls it all together to make it a true oral history of the television and movie production. That's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you, Darren.
Your archive is searchable. It's going to get even more granular in its searchability.
Yeah, it's one of the few things that
really amazing resource.
Really looking forward to AI is helping me find the grains of sand that I need from that heap. And I need a team of people to do it because no one goes it alone. It takes a village. If you want to help out, email Darren for GateWorld at webmaster@gateworld.net. If you want to help me out and any of the stuff that I've mentioned, thank you so much. Give me some time to respond to. I see a couple of people already have. Yeah,
I have
dialthegateshow@gmail.com.
I have about 7 emails in my inbox.
There we go. Thank you so much. All right.
Dialthegateshow@gmail.com.
Thank you. That's Darren Sumner with GateWorld, and I'm David Reed for Dial the Gate. I appreciate you all tuning in. We're really excited to take this journey with you, and we're going to bring as many of you into the boat as we can. This one's for all of us. I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye, everybody.